So, does everybody remember where we left off? Shouldn't be that complicated.
No idea.
No idea? Super helpful.
We were with the.
Oh, that's right. You were copies.
Ice troll.
No.
Ice giant. Frost giant.
Frost giant.
Frost giant.
Significantly more or less. Significantly less of a problem currently than an ice troll.
Who
More of a problem potential.
doesn't seem that bad, but he's got a super evil, powerful sword.
He is definitely evil. He's just not. He does not have any evil intent towards you or yours.
Yeah. Magic. Super magic person.
He is a cleric.
Cleric.
He's a powerful cleric.
Yeah. And he's a king of a region. And he is asked us.
Lord.
He's a lord of a region. Thank you.
He self-stated his title as Lord.
Okay. He's lord of a region north of our current area.
North of Narthel.
North of Narthel. And has asked us to proposition with our tribe.
Has asked you to
set up a meeting.
lead him to your tribe.
Yes.
So that he may.
Proposition for a trade route.
Yeah, I believe we're just setting up a meeting. Telling our help there.
You guys are just getting him there.
Yeah, we're getting them there and telling them, hey, we brought Frost Giant. He wants to talk.
Yeah.
Bye.
And
Now we're gonna go take care of that goblin thing.
And
We
we're
actually did not. We do also need to get updated on why we got
we got called back.
how they got.
Oh yes, we were given requests. Hey, come back to the village. We got some problems.
You got a call. Hey, go to this location, which happens to be in the same place as our village.
I was telling just do that part. Yeah. And then
Yeah, it was probably right before you went down.
one of our raiding parties, some of the worm riders aren't reporting in, coming back or something.
No, the hunters. We don't actually know the worm riders, right? Like
So,
we know of them, but
There are worm hunters and there are worm riders.
Yeah.
The worm riders are the leaders of the worm hunters.
Yes.
The worm hunters and riders are currently going out to accept new members. They're going out to hunt worms. So they're not currently in the village to take care of the problem.
Got it. So that's part of our plan. But they're not there as we help.
They are not there to help because they're busy elsewhere and they cannot be reached.
We have been called back. Because we were nearby.
I found a thing.
Something?
what thing did you find?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to leave that there and pretend I never saw it.
And that was supposed to come on the table last Sunday.
Something they could have, I'm sure, but did not. Update failed. Update failed. Yes, that's because you're not connected to the internet. Because I'm not yet connected to Deacon Tavern.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, do the thing.
Because I need to connect automatically. And connect. And speak friend.
Yes.
And enter.
Just around. Yep.
Oh,
Yep. I had to change it because of the whole update thing.
It's got a whole fancy thing where you have to go, where it has to open up its own thing.
No.
So you have to put in the password.
Yeah.
And
Internet?
why does it say no internet?
Let's say internet.
There it goes.
forget the network.
I have had a little trouble loading some stuff while I've been on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have the pie hole.
The what?
The pie hole.
The what? Not a computer guy.
Network level DNS filter.
Gotcha.
I couldn't set up it. Oh, actually, I need to
Yeah, it's got a
It'll pop up usually. It popped up immediately.
I don't have an expiration set, so it goes through 100 years. going forward.
All right.
So we are still traveling.
You had specifically put down for the night. He had set up some spells to protect the camp. He told you not to wander too far.
Yep. Alarm.
Yep.
Okay.
You wake up in the morning.
I hope so.
It's a statement when you fall asleep next to a giant. You wake up in the morning.
Okay.
He's still there.
He was helping us move really fast.
He was also helping you move really fast. He cast a spell where the earth kind of moved up to meet your feet.
And our horses apparently.
It even works on the wagons.
Sweet.
Not that you have one.
Well, if we spend all day, we could build one.
It's a very neat spell. No.
Or
You do not have the skill set necessary to accomplish that task.
I do.
Are you sure?
I can make a trap one.
No, you can make a trap that you can build into a wagon if you know someone who can build a wagon.
also, it's a wheel. It's a wheel. They're stuck together, and there's a flat thing on top of it.
Yes, because that is all the complexity that goes into a wagon.
Oh yeah. It would work.
It's not like struts and pivots haven't been a part of wagon right working since, you know.
We'll just make a really old wheelbarrow.
I'll grab 2 sticks and tie them to the back of my horse.
A sled.
Works on that too. Still slows down your mule though. Because, you know, it still slows down your mule because you're dragging a sled. So,
Okay, we won't do that.
no need for you to do that.
So we should be getting back to the village today.
Yep.
Okay.
In fact, it'll only take you about half the day.
Nice. Good.
Cast the spell again. You'll kind of feel a little hop in your step. You're on your way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's ride.
So you get to about a couple hours out from where you think the clan's settled in for a little bit.
Anything on the horizon?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Got about an hour out. Nothing on the horizon. You might start to see some smoke soon. But
I hope we
you're
see
a lot
smoke soon.
You're a lot. You're actually like roughly 2 hours. 2 hours out. Normally.
Okay.
It's an hour out at current speed. You're about 20 minutes out. You're like, oh yeah. Ambush makes sense.
Oh. Okay.
Cause you know, giant.
Yeah. Maybe we should slow down and wait for them to come to us.
Oh, they're there.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like they called a couple of the elites, because, you know, giant.
Yes.
In fact, her mom's here. And,
Hi, Miss Asami.
Yes, that's the last name.
they brought the creepy kid.
Oh, the creepy kid.
So
Yeah, she's flying over there.
apparently, this giant has some business with our leaders.
Just coincidentally, one of the people walking up.
Take it away, sir.
And she trots up with the strongest worm rider in the clan. Apparently she didn't go on the trip. Probably because she's there to protect the clan, since all the other hunters are out.
Yeah.
And she kind of saunters over with her 2 swords on her hip and looks at the giant and goes,
Good reason to stay back.
oh, that'd be The giant just kind of raises an eyebrow.
Take a few steps away.
You're pretty sure the horse sensed it too, because it's already sidestepping.
Leaders, we,
It's this giant wishes to
yes.
parlay. Speak civilly.
Thank you for meeting us. We're also here to
We know why you're here.
answer the call.
Well, you'll have to wait a few hours. We gotta take care of this guy first.
I don't know.
He gets a look. You get a look like, why did you let him? As if somehow this is his fault.
I also bring back some fresh elephant meat.
It's this time you get an eyebrow from the chick with the two swords standing in front of the giant. Okay, after that.
Why did you let him go?
Do better.
Apparently it's your job to watch him.
Okay.
Oh, and we also have with us. He helped us with the elephant and some goblins that were in quite a mess.
I'm glad you've made a friend.
He seems to have business here as well.
Ah, we're here about the commission.
Yes.
The chick with the two swords starts talking at Giant. And just starts talking at him. And the Giant looks confused, perplexed, and then just starts laughing. And they walk away.
He probably knows of his land. This will be okay.
I hope so.
Well, if she's there, you don't really have to worry about the camp or anybody.
Good.
You've seen her take down dragons.
So we're not just some small
Plural.
tribe. We have a good decent amount of people with us.
You are not a small tribe.
She's our head worm rider.
The clan itself has roughly 200 non-combatants.
Okay.
And roughly 100 combatants. And there is a particular class of the combatants, especially among the elders of the tribe, that are particularly dangerous and are notably often out dealing with people who come after the creepy girl. Because as you've been told, Spellfire is very sought after in the world, and people tend to come after her.
Understood.
So those would be people like not the clan chief, the elder of the storm, is what they call her. She's a priestess, and also the adopted mother of Creepy Girl. The Creepy Girl herself, the chick with two, the head clan rider, or worm rider that you just saw facing off with, or getting ready to face off with the giant. She's a particularly odd one. She's willing to long swords and some arrows. And a couple other people who are infrequently in camp, including one druid.
So we're nomadic, so I assume we tents or teepees or something.
Tents. Very large tents.
Okay.
Very large hide tents.
So we probably still have to set up ours unless we're leaving on duty.
You generally have access to communal and family tents. If you're in camp, you'll have smaller tents for traveling.
Okay. We seem to be the people who go and do things.
Sure.
I don't know.
The specific description last time was we need someone to head to town, and
Oh yeah, for the meeting.
who drew the long straw for getting to go.
Right.
Just making
Okay.
sure
Got
since we moved since then that all of our stuff is somewhere.
Yeah, it's the whole plan works together. You don't have to move your own shit, especially if you got sent over out to do plan business.
Nice.
Right. Okay.
So, a couple hours later, a runner comes up and calls you all to the chief's tent.
Well, things must have gone well.
You didn't hear a fight, which means either the creepy girl handled it or nothing happened.
I kind of want to see that big evil sword up close.
I want that thing as far away from me as possible.
No, you don't. You want a creepy girl with your hands on it. She destroys mess traps.
That sounds even better. Oh, let's go.
So, you head over to the chief's tent. Chief's pretty much all business. You walk in, he's like, is the door, okay, door, cool. Like, commission's here, drops a pin, a dagger on a map. Like, you're having a problem here. Got a bunch of goblins coming out. They're harassing some of the fishermen we sent to a nearby lake. We don't have enough people on hand to guard them and go take care of the problem, so you're it. Go take care of the problem. We got not much to spare, but one of the apprentice fire weavers can help you. So, in a pinch, they're your backup.
Make sure to go talk to them.
If they die, well, you know the consequences of screwing up and not and letting one of our mild non-combatants die. So, unless you want to be spending the next 4 or 5 years cleaning out every sick horse we can find, don't let the fire weaver die.
Yeah.
Get to work.
I know that. You just told me that I've known that for 3 or 4 years. I know that for sure.
So,
Won't let you down.
I'm sure. That's why we hired him. Oh, speaking of propane.
The transaction.
The lovely difference between being a part of the clan and not being a part of the clan. It's you get a propane. You guys get threatened not to screw up.
Okay.
so we are taking a spellfire with us? And not
No.
that
Fire Weaver.
pilot beaver.
Yeah. We are.
Fire Weavers are your clan's very small group of wizards.
We should prepare. For
Maybe talk to this fire weaver first.
The distance that you were shown is probably only about quarter of the day on foot. And it was a small mountain, so it's not likely you'll be able to use your horses.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe we should get my horse some treatment and some rest.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Already taken care of.
Cool.
You guys have been here for a couple hours.
Great. Going to the lake.
Do you have any falcons at home that I'm working on?
It's probably you and a couple other people. So, yes, they're being taken care of.
Take one with.
Fine.
Quarter day over the mountain. So it's already afternoon.
Yep.
Now. Goblins are probably a bit better at night than we are.
What's talking about?
What do you know about the combat capabilities of goblins daytime versus nighttime?
Would you like to rattle off the technical information and confuse the crap out of them?
Yes.
Okay, you rattle off the technical information and confuse the crap out of them. He seems to be a specialist. It's almost like he was hired for a reason.
What are the books here?
There's some books. Here's some books. There's some books.
So most technician books over here.
Can I try to make some kind of intelligence check to spark at least a bit of it?
Sure. It'd actually be wisdom.
Wisdom? Gotcha.
So
So
it's entire.
this one is just straight roll below wisdom, right?
Yep, roll below wisdom, low as possible.
Wisdom is the DC.
9 out of 14.
9 out of 14. You get a decent concept of, yes, goblins do much better at night than they do during the day.
Go on. My answer. How
Which
answer?
also means we should probably be there to protect them
Just make sure I have the big book in front of
all
me.
night.
That's fair.
If the goblins do better at night, and we're not there, that's worse.
Protect who?
Okay.
They come back to camp.
Oh. Are they on their way back, or they're here and can't go out because goblin problem?
Seems like they're here today.
Okay.
You don't know whether that's because of the goblin problem or because they got enough fish left.
Okay.
Fish isn't the type of meat you go and get to keep.
So we could probably check with them and ask about the landmarks and where they noticed goblins
Good.
converging. Going to.
You guys want to go and do that? Sure. You go around and talk to the fishermen and the guards for the fishermen. Go ahead and roll me a charisma check each, and go ahead and count your charisma as one higher since they're part of your plan.
So my charisma is 9, so it would be 10.
So,
I have 7 below,
I've got 7 on the die.
so 3 below.
Yeah, 3
so
Good roll.
you get a general idea. It seems that they come out a lot during the evening.
Yeah.
Rather specifically, the evening over the morning, because where the mountain is and where the sun sets, they're in the shadow
Okay.
for most of the evening.
Okay. So their den seems to be facing east.
Do you want to try to draw them out and then attack them at night, or invade the den in the morning?
It's dishonorable.
That's control.
Being tactically efficient is not.
Gives
It's
me a bad feeling.
attacking an unknowing, attacking an opponent who is incapable of defending themselves is dishonorable. Attacking an opponent who is in a bad position to defend themselves is not.
Seems like we might have the upper hand. Well, that's tough to say. Would they have an upper hand in their den, like kobolds probably would, or?
Yeah,
Not-
scared boy.
I'm just trying not to
Get in
so
there,
cold.
get low, and
Seems like it's easier for you to do that.
Common knowledge: goblins are not nearly as dangerous as their own dead, nearly as more dangerous in their own dens as kobolds are in their own. However, that's not to say that they aren't more dangerous. Everybody's more dangerous in their own territory.
Either way, I don't think we might know the surrounding area by the fishermen. I'm not sure. But we definitely don't know the area within the den.
You don't know the area very well.
Yeah.
Your clan moved here recently.
Makes sense. So
And we got a little landmark information from the fishermen and the guards. So, sounds like you guys want to go tonight? How's the Fire Weaver feel?
You go talk to the Fire Weaver. He's just like, eh? Oh right, burning goblins. Get my nose paste.
It's a bug.
And it's gonna smell.
Okay. We set out in half hour's time.
Can I get my arrows restocked?
Oh yeah.
The scimitar.
Probably good to do.
I'll leave my
You need a spare
lance
quiver?
here.
There you go.
I have 2. I'm good if you were talking to him. Maybe.
So I'll keep my lance here. I got my short bow, got my scimitar and shield.
Yeah, I think I'm capable of carrying everything without much hassle. 2-handed sword, scimitar.
You have no idea what a Fire Weaver is, and the guy who walks up does not strike you as Fire Weaver. He's literally still holding a sword and a short bow.
Oh, Lord of Cass.
Lord of Pets.
The glacier. On my note.
So,
So away we go.
Yeah.
Kind of try to do some survival stuff on.
We should bring some night gear, a couple torches.
Torches.
they do.
Just let you know what's down where you're at.
But they won't know where you're at.
True.
So we take some torches.
They'll be focused on us.
It's
Focused on
the Fire Weaver kind of reached down in his bag for a second, gives you a stone, both glowing.
Excellent.
Okay.
Like,
Emanating from the stone.
It came out of his pouch, glowing.
Daylight spell?
just
Continual light. It is a permanent light.
nice.
Put it in the bag.
Very common in second edition. Cast continual light on stones. Have light.
Probably
good torches.
toss some of these down in your den.
And in fact, you could reverse it and have a continual darkness stone.
Ooh. Yeah, and like first in AD&D you can there's like reversal of spells.
Many spells are reversible.
Yeah.
They will say if they have a reversible effect.
Yeah.
If they do, that means that they do whatever they do except the opposite.
Yes. Either cure wounds
Yeah,
or
Cure wounds
it's
and
reversible.
inflict are both the same spell.
cool. I think I read that somewhere in the second edition.
Like,
While skimming through spells because there's too many of them.
There's some nasty reversibles.
Yeah.
Be careful though with your with regards to your alignments.
I think we would have to go.
God.
I think we would have to do some work together if I did go with the spellcaster. Just to like, which spells do I have? Which specifically. Not because we can identify a lot of that stuff with the character sheet and intelligence and charts, but I think a part of it is when you start a character, you don't know exactly what spells you have.
Yeah.
Especially with research and all that stuff. We just have to go over it.
You're gonna roll for it.
Yep.
You can say I want this one, and I'll say roll.
Okay.
I
Well-
want this one.
That's first level. So you also have to keep in mind that he had several levels after that, where if he had access to that spell, he could have rolled again the next level and the next level. So,
Right. Learning spells.
yes.
So you got 15 chances for this one.
I think there's a limit,
Yeah.
but it's,
Something
yes.
Like that.
Like for a first level spell, he'd have something like 3 or 5 chances to know it. And the odds are your intelligence, you're going to be fairly good at knowing, especially necromancy spells.
And yes. If I can roll 16. Need to roll that 16. Ability scores.
Pretty
So
Yes.
back to current.
Sorry.
Got some light stones.
You got some continual light stones.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't need torches.
Torches.
Midday.
If you need to hide that light, here you go. Here you go.
Pouch.
Torch. It looks like a small pouch. You look inside. It's got a nice oily lining, so it blocks out all light.
Nice.
Pop it in there. Well, then we can probably when we start fighting, drop the stone. How large of a radius do we cover?
Continual light.
I'd look it up, but I don't have hands.
I don't have my player's handbook.
It's right here. It's over there. It's right here somewhere.
Just like, where'd my player's handbook?
Just got slided the player's handbook.
Yeah, you're going to go? No. Yeah. You're going to
The cleric spells. Priest. Priest. Light.
Yeah, but that's in the game.
Saturday? Oh boy.
Stool and I went down.
So it's the
Single.
how else was it half?
Lightning bolt. It would have had fun in this fight though.
I like that.
Jeez.
60
Climbing
foot
was a big
radius.
thing and falling was a big thing.
Oh, I'm perfect for that. Shame I wasn't there.
It's almost fine.
We found a big old obelisk and a red giant egg about the size of
A giant red egg or a red giant egg? Giant stone from
a
France.
giant red egg.
A big red egg.
Yes, that was very.
My apologies. What he sees you is not a stone, it is a
Oh,
it's a little metal or a stone, about palm-sized stone size, but it's a little metal.
It's barren.
Basically,
Yes. Okay.
not quite perfect. It's actually probably closer to.
Oh, your boat stone?
I was thinking like D30.
Oh, these are okay. Well, something is in there.
Like Yaslan stone too. Except it's not quite that cleanly faceted.
Yeah.
But it does clearly have facets, so that doesn't roll around too much.
Okay.
But 60-foot radius light, specifically as bright as daylight.
Nice. Yeah, keep that in the pouch.
So
And
it's
when they come up on us, drop it.
it's 60-foot daylight, but not daylight effect for the purposes of vampires and stuff.
We could toss it and then shoot where they land. Better vision there. And then walk towards it and fight in the light.
You're not Cephalonia.
We see a group of them. Chop them. And get ready to shoot.
Yep.
You know what I
Chuck
would
one
do
at them,
with
and then
with,
chuck one at our
with
feet.
the character type that you have? I get myself a cleric and a sling. Goblin, have light! Goblin, have light! Ha! But anyways,
Sounds like we got a little plan formulating.
Mhm.
You stay in the shadows.
You draw goblins out. Or to a location.
Now you shoot them.
You got a damsel in distress?
So we put a win on.
Characters, you know.
Oh, okay.
already a damsel, it's not in distress.
Yeah. I'll distress you. No.
I hate your plans. It's sound like they'll work, and they also sound very dumb.
Keep it simple.
I don't. Stupid.
What?
Nothing.
I didn't say I don't know. I only said keep it simple. What? You keep saying something. I can't hear you.
All right. That's crazy. Didn't say anything. Fire Weaver is just over on the side. I'm not getting involved in this nonsense.
Well, we have a plan, I guess.
Who's gonna stay with the Fire Weaver? Keep him or keep him safe.
Human?
Your entire clan is human,
So
with the exception of the Creek Child. You're not really sure what that is.
So
it,
Looks human.
it would be someone with a ranged weapon, preferably.
he also needs light. So he doesn't need to be in light, he needs to see his target.
Yes,
So he can be in the darkness.
absolutely.
You need a clear line of sight and identify your target. Okay.
You're gonna skulk. You're gonna smash. I'm gonna slay.
I'm gonna go out into an open brush.
Who said it rush? We're going to the tunnels.
Everything said that.
They're gonna probably retreat to their den. Have the Fire Weavers snipe them as they try to
I
come
like
out.
that plan. Wait until night where half of them are gone, take control over their den, fortify their den until they get back.
Night of no sleeping.
We had sleep last night.
Hmm?
You had really good sleep last night.
Sleep when you die.
In fact, you feel extremely rested. So you still feel fairly well rested after having traveled for half the day.
Well, like maybe that's not a bad plan.
I like that better than bandwidth and distress. Personally.
All right.
It's harder than hit than I am.
Why do you listen to this one's plan? See, last plan I heard he had, he waited.
Yeah.
Was the fire freaking elephant. That worked out really well for you.
I'm going with
It
your
would have been
plan.
good if it wasn't for the goblins.
His plan was
Wait,
damsel
you
in
want the
distress.
elephant?
His plan was
Damn, I lost that
Yeah,
plan.
I wanted to trust him in his plans.
And I'm going with your plan of infiltrating this.
We'll see how that works.
But I think we should specifically wait until they some of them try to turn their own defenses off against them. They know better, but we can probably be stronger.
I could be the lure.
I don't know if we need one.
No, yeah, this sounds like you guys want to pull up all night.
Yeah, I assume that they're not leaving their den completely open and undefended.
Yeah.
So we'll
Most
probably have to
likely not.
do some fighting, clear it out, and then keep it clear. Then another point. Do you think that they would come back to retake their den?
If someone escaped, probably.
Or do you think they would just flee?
Either way, Jets complete.
Clear out the goblins here. We have a plan.
That's called job security. At least I know.
I don't like him.
I'm still mulling it over. I do like this plan though.
Okay. Sounds correct.
Alright. Well, if you guys have your plan, it sounds like we're working tonight, so, come here. It's the Fire Weaver. What's your strength?
16.
Okay, it is currently an 1840.
mark that down.
Have an extra strength. And also take in mind that you get bonuses because of that.
Yeah.
For the next 5 hours.
18/40.
And look up in the book what you get.
I don't know if that actually gets you the first tier of extra stuff. I think it does.
Where is fighters?
It would just be,
Oh no, attributes.
yes, just the attribute. So be close to the front.
Places, classes.
Four classes.
18. If it's
Strength. So 1840 is still in the first set of exceptional. So well, your strength was 16, so you have +1 to hit.
Yep.
+3 instead of +1 to damage,
okay.
and then a few other things.
So where should I temporarily write this down?
Next to your normal number,
Hit adjustment is
+1.
it is normally 1 with this, so it would be 2.
Damage.
No, I have a hit adjustment probably within specializations of automated stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you get 1 from. So like if you put them up here, like you're in parentheses at the top, and then also in parentheses down by your weapon, is what your modified score is.
So 1, 3,
So 1 extra and 3 instead of the 1 for damage.
yeah. Damage adjustment there. It looks like it's I have +1 on my sword, but I don't know why.
Proficiency. So there's proficiency, you get +1. Specialization, you get +2. So like +2 damage, and my strength is just a 15.
Okay. I have the style and specialization.
Yeah.
I should be +2 to that. To hit tackle will go down to 16. Tackle this will go down to 15.
Cool.
What else do I get?
That's about it.
That's about it.
You can
Max
carry more, you can
max
push
res.
more, you can have a better chance at opening a door,
Five.
and a better chance of being part of the gate.
Okay, that's yeah. So with my two-handed sword, I am now hitting a Thaco's. My Thaco is 16
Cool.
on that, with +4 to damage.
Nice.
That's good.
All right.
So we'll probably go in there, getting set up, and waiting until nightfall.
Go and clear out, and wait for them to come back.
Do a specific location of where it's at.
Oh, they have pretty good ideas.
I like it's under this
Yeah.
rock formation or something.
With here, able to scout out for us, find some entrance.
Sounds good. I probably left my Falcon at home since we decided on a night operation.
Could have signaled. Enemies approaching.
Fireweaver casting something else on himself.
It doesn't have that. It's follow, fetch, return. It was between follow and who knows how well you'll be able to see it. I think Owl might be another one that's in here.
Oh wow.
I know Elephant was one of them. It would take you a while, but I could have trained that elephant if I chose that one.
Or war elephant. That would have been a good addition.
Yeah, what you named him right?
War elephant?
It would have been a good addition. Wasn't for those pesky goblins.
There goes the bonus pod
Was that the fire weaver?
too. Apparently, there was some bets going around on how exactly the alchemy came about.
This guy found an untrained one. When we went to go get it, it was swarmed with.
Well, that's what you're inferring from his commentary. He didn't actually ask or tell you.
Well, at the sound of elephant, I probably said all the story along the way.
Oh, continue the light. It's right here.
Yeah.
Found it.
Yep. I also wanted to check something else about too.
Okay.
Patriots, elephants, ferrets, and parrots.
So, are you going to attempt to? So you don't know exactly where their den is. How are you going to approach the mountain that conceivably contains their den?
I think we can quietly. Just talking.
Fire Reaver reaches into his bag and pulls out another stone. He's quiet. You walk within 15 feet of him. You're quiet too.
Hold me back. Protection.
Yeah. He just keeps walking.
What was the landmark that we got? There was a landmark that we were trying to orient ourselves.
There were landmarks that you have for the location. You have a few landmarks for what direction they came from, but you sort of already knew that anyways, based on the information you figured out from what side of the mountain and probably on.
So how do we want to approach that stuff?
So, east side of the mountain. The lake is to the north of the location that you're moving towards.
Okay.
If you want to head farther south, go straight in.
So they're on the east side of the mountain.
Yep.
Lake is on the north.
Yep.
We're coming from the south, or
You're actually coming from the northeast.
I'm not sure. We can come from the lakeside, or we can.
Maybe if we swing down to the bottom of the lake, see if there's any.
If we go that way, we'll probably run into the party outbreak. Probably take a walk or come back and eat south.
From south?
That's
Okay.
That's
But they would not be hunting more so.
So they're going for the food. So,
See, I can even wyvern come up from the south.
What?
Do we have any idea of what is south? This,
open plain.
okay. Yeah, probably. Wyvern about the mountain.
All right.
That's basically what your continual light stuff looks like, minus the letters and the colors. It's a roughly carved, faceted stone.
Other side.
Looks like- So it doesn't roll too far, unless it's a 8-line.
Yeah.
Also, it'll go nice and bouncy down an angle.
Play some pinball. Plinko.
No, we don't have any rubber balls. Rubber balls with continual light. Yeah. Oh God. My eyes.
That'd be a light show. That'd be quite the light show.
I've had a group that did that before. We ended up on Earth for a little while. Or a Earth for a little while. And a bunch of rubber balls. I cast continual light on them. You you need a light that'll keep going for a while you're wielding both your weapons. Toss a rubber ball. Run after.
Basically playing Jack.
Yeah, just
combat.
hit it every now and then. It'll keep bouncing around.
Bonk. I did grab this now.
Oh. I haven't encountered a dragon that was bigger than the dungeon we were in before. Yes. Right away. I didn't die.
Did she get a number?
No, but we had a slow guy. Also, he was bigger than the dungeon we were in, so he was kind of stuck.
So, we are attempting to stealth and give this place a wide berth.
Yep.
To get this out, so they
Right. Oh. You are moving slowly. Everybody roll once. Okay. No. Numbers.
66223.
Okay. You reach the place uneventfully. Or at least you reach the mountain uneventfully. Shockingly, they don't have any lights out, so... you might need a particular skill. Someone in the party has. Specifically for finding goblins.
Tracking goblins. You're better at tracking than
Yes.
I am. I can try, but you're much better.
That's just the efficiency.
It is a proficiency.
Proficiencies,
You
like
just have
Percentage?
a number.
Number?
Yeah, like 20. My tracking
it should be a non-weapon
seven.
proficiency.
Yeah. I have a non-weapon proficiency, but how do you do a tracking?
You roll a d20, and if you roll under the associated number with your tracking skill.
Yeah, how do you find associated number?
It's based on your wisdom, I believe.
But there also may be some things, yeah, but
So look at non-weapon proficiency.
I can't find tracking because,
It should be under proficiencies.
like, my riding land based is way higher.
So tracking.
than wisdom.
No, that was the table you need.
Oh, that's the one.
Yes. So there should be a stat and an associated number listed underneath that.
Tracking. Oh, and here's a bunch of modifiers.
Yep.
Mine is just general proficiency.
Or lighting is a
It might
minus
be
6.
specific to
Tracking.
Tracking's a ward.
Okay.
warrior.
Yeah, it's a ranger ability.
Number of slots required 2.
Don't worry about that. You have it.
Okay. Wisdom and 0.
Okay, so that is your wisdom score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I take a minus 6 too because I'm
Like my riding land based is
not a racer.
score, but it had a plus something.
4 lighting, moon or scarlet, minus 6 on.
So yeah, it's what? 8?
Um,
Like, and that's below your wisdom score.
soft muddy brown,
So-
stick brush.
So what's your wisdom? 13. So roll a d20 and roll lower than a 13. 8. Okay, that's
8. That's 5 under.
You do find some old tracks.
Every 2 creatures in the group plus 5.
They're a little difficult to follow, so I'm going to need you to roll one more.
7.
Wow.
Ah,
600.
Glad got along.
Glad you brought a specialist.
Yeah.
I enjoy that sometimes low numbers are better. See how your mindset is like, you need to roll high.
Gotta roll 20. Gotta roll 20. Gotta roll 20 all the time. Wait, no.
No, I rolled a 20.
So, you think you've got a decent idea where their base is at. Who's going to be under the silence and who's not going to be under the silence as you approach.
I'm still under the silence.
I can do a stealth check.
Okay, do you have the move silently ability as a rogue type creature?
I
No!
was asking if, not that I was wanting to do it,
Yeah.
I was just asking how.
I was specifically being a little over informative and
To roll.
over snippy about it.
Well,
I got
percentage or below the percentage?
Below.
The percentage or below?
Okay, so I'm not really
Okay, nobody can tell because they're all in silence.
It's what? 15
And keep in mind that that's also
Right, 15 raise.
Then yeah, we can all fit.
that's also dependent on factors.
Yeah.
So, what did you roll?
I rolled a 34 and my number is 15.
It's hard to be row level.
No, not especially. It's just that's not what he specialized in.
Oh, okay.
That's not what he done for most of his points.
Yeah.
I did. I dumped 15 points.
Okay, that's
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's not what you as a dwarf are particularly effective at.
Okay.
How's your hiding in shadows, by the way?
Hiding in shadows is 35.
Yeah. Well, not me too.
72. No, no. Alright, shame it.
Yeah. Isn't like hiding in shadows more being still?
No, not necessarily. It's just a gauge on whether or not, on how effective you are at avoiding being inattentive.
I would assume that it would be easier while it was standing still.
It is easier while standing still to hide in shadows, yes. Also, notably, you don't need to move silently. So, as far as any of you are concerned, he's doing perfectly fine.
We probably have our weapons out ready. just in case.
Yes, you're intending to go into conflict. Yeah, that's what was already.
My bow will be knocked. Well, but not drawn.
Yes.
Will be knocked.
Got my two painted sword out.
I'll have a flight arrow first. If I have to spot something far away, but I can't hit him.
We have
In the
three
evening?
In tunnels?
While we're outside.
As a human? In the evening?
Yes.
In the shadow of a mountain?
Yes.
Okay.
That helps. Reflects the moonlight, you know.
So,
You don't think so?
no, he thinks humans see horribly in the dark. He doesn't understand why you trip over yourselves.
He says I see fine.
Everything's perfectly visible. Why are you so clumsy? So, you approach where you believe the Goblin Cave to be. Roll me a D8, Mr. DX. Okay. You are not caught by surprise because one of their idiots actually made it close to you. You do not believe you've quite been surrounded, however, you are absolutely certain that they have prepared an ambush for you.
I do have a bonus to my surprise.
Okay. So you are very not surprised. Mention that anytime I tell you to roll a random d8. probably be for surprise, and if it's not, I won't care.
Surprise is a D8. I've never done a D10. Oh, my cheat sheet.
There's like a cheat sheet here.
Could be that. I could be wrong. There are
Two
two
sheets,
sheets.
so.
I thought it was a D8.
I know first it was a D6. Surprise.
Surprise!
Let me double check. I R S T surprise. 89. And a few other dinners.
Hey, I'm occasionally wrong about which random die I'm supposed to use.
Yeah.
Surprise. Da-da-da. Attack with surprise. Check creature targets with surprise.
So surprise is a D10 roll high.
Well, that's what my
That's
cheat
the
sheet
cheat
says.
sheet says.
But I'm the one that made the cheat sheet.
Are you just cross-referencing to see if it's accurate or if it's a D8?
See if my memory or his cheat sheet is accurate.
This definition. So we go back to loss rate or surprise.
Just need to get some cleaning stuff.
There's reaction adjustment. So 112, 113. Effects of surprise.
Where's the flipping table?
Oh. The surprise roll. 1d10
No.
for each side.
Well, we both rolled a D8, and I definitely lost. So,
Yeah. If the die roll is 1, 2, or 3, that group of characters is surprised. So if you roll low, you are surprised.
he actually has a bonus on surprise, so he doesn't get surprised.
Okay. So us as a group.
What's the threshold for not surprising them?
It's a 1, 2, or 3, you are surprised. In general. And then there's some factors against that, but it's only 1, 2, or 3. And if you're both surprised, who's more surprised? But we are not surprised, at least you are not surprised.
So he's not. You guys are not surprised.
It sounds like they are also not surprised.
They are surprised.
They are surprised.
I rolled that. They were surprised in setting up their ambush.
So characters and monsters that are surprised all serve the same penalty. They are caught off guard, thus cannot react quickly. The surprising group receives 1 round of attacks with melee, missile, or magic items. They cannot use these moments to surprise to cast spells. A ranger, above the ground, a fighter able to attack twice per round could defend both hits before any initiative dice are rolled. Ooh. Secondary effect: the surprised characters lose all AC bonuses for high dexterity. So you lose your dex bonus. Yeah, AC in surprise. Yeah, so like instead of ducking, you're not. Surprise can also be used to avoid an encounter. Unsurprised characters can attempt to flee from a surprised group before the other group reacts. Of course, this is always not always successful, since escape is greatly dependent on moving rates of different creatures. Both groups manage to surprise each other. Effects surprise are canceled.
So we have a surprise round on.
You have
Yes.
surprise round on them.
Which means we could avoid them, we could talk to them.
You
could
might
run
bring-
away.
You can run away,
Yeah, run away.
not avoid.
So you could run away.
If he had been successful in being stealthy, you might have been able to avoid them. You cannot avoid them.
How close are they?
It seems that they are roughly 20 yards ahead,
Oh,
up there, and up there.
Any clear way to get up there?
Yes.
well,
It's a hilly area, not a mountainous area.
I'm going to shoot twice with my bow. And then
So does the Fireweaver.
I'm going to shoot one with my crossbow.
I'm gonna head over to the left.
He is going to
Side.
move to the left
you're
flank
gonna
of the ambush.
press to engage.
Press to engage. And if I get, I don't know if I can get to one, but if I do, I will attack.
That's 20 yards. That's pretty far enough.
I don't know what my speed is.
We are outdoors, but it is night.
Is also okay.
It's uphill.
Speed is a fluctuating thing.
Sort of.
If you don't have solid visibility, you generally don't have solid footing in some terrains. However, you should be fine with your footing. The major issue is it's uphill and it's 20 yards away.
Yep.
So
I
you
just
will
don't
be
know how far
moving
I go.
during the surprise.
20.
20 yards.
I would not be shooting. I would be moving it.
Will you be moving to the left flank or the right?
Well,
Right.
Right flank? Okay, we got one on the left
So-
flank, one on the right flank.
this is in tens of yards
Oh, it's a 10.
because we are outside.
Yes.
If we were inside, this would be
Yards.
yards. But we are outside. This is tens of yards.
Still in the short zone. Yeah, which
You will shoot.
So keep that in mind.
So you got one person moving to the left flank, and we got shoot, shoot, shoot.
Yep.
Let's just go shoot, shoot, and shoot. You have 12 available targets.
I'm still gonna roll.
6 on the left, 6 on the right.
left. No, we're not.
Okay. Shoot in the right flank.
I'll shoot left.
20.
Nice. You crit with a thing, so
Yeah. So roll
roll
again.
again. With a crossbow? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Okay, so it's not so much extra hits, it's extra effective hits.
Good. So you do extra hits.
Probably not.
No.
7. So it'll be. I should check that for my Thaco.
Yeah.
Actually, 7 plus 1, so that's 8.
They are goblins, if you get a bonus for that.
I do. This one is already 6. Why is it 16?
There might be a lower number for. No, you're not specialized, are you?
Yes, I am. That's right.
You are specialized? Okay. So one of them is lower because of point blank range. You should make sure that's very specific about point blank range. That's within 30 feet. It should be a bonus to bonus plus 2 to hit.
Yeah.
Got like some Q-tips or something to help me?
Oh, this works fine for this.
Okay.
This was a problem because of the nooks and crannies aren't quite like even pencil lead couldn't quite get in there.
It's at 30 feet or it's
We're 20 yards.
so normal 18, so minus 2.
20 yards is 60.
Okay.
So you would need to close 30 feet in order to get point blank shot range. In order to get the extra plus 2.
You only have one shot anyway.
Yeah, but you could definitely move
But
the
That's what we'll do.
So you're moving towards the right flank is to get within point blank range and then shoot.
Yep. You're moving to the left flank. I'm staying with the fire leader.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And
fine. Each actually die roll from Thaco.
Yes. Tactical minus die roll to get the AC that you hit. 6. You hit AC 6.
You have hit a goblin.
Yay!
So you have crit a goblin, so you get to do 2 damage rolls.
2 different
Yep. You you do the damage twice.
Yep.
So what if you have any bonuses, those also count each time.
Yep. So 3 and 5.
You don't do bonus damage against goblins?
Yes. What's adding 2?
Oh, you roll 1.
So 3 and 5 is 8.
You get a plus 1 to hit damage against goblins. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
3 and 5. 8!
8 to the goblin.
Goblin has taken a crossbow bolt right to his chest. Falls over.
2 shots. 2 flight arrows.
Mhm.
That's a 1 and a 3.
You missed. Totally.
Uh,
He hit with a 6, but don't worry about that. You missed.
5 and 1.
5 and 1?
Yeah.
Same target?
Yep.
You hit him solidly once, and you winged him once. He's still standing.
Okay.
Doesn't look at you.
Which side are you shooting at?
Left. So you're
Flank
going
right.
left, I'm shooting left.
Roll a d6 on which one you hit there.
I'm not in.
3.
Okay.
What was that for?
You
To
killed
see
yours.
which of the 6 I hit. There's 6 and 6.
The goblins
Yes.
out there.
Yeah. So I hit number 3 on this side. I was aiming for number 3 on that side.
Well, he's not going to hit the broadside of the barn, so moving on.
Oh, Fire Reaver.
My whole surprise round is just getting there.
I just used 2.
He's a fifth level character. His THACO is still higher than yours.
Wizard.
Wizard THACO, the best they get is like 15.
What are the rules on retrieving arrows? I'm probably not concerned about retrieving arrows. I know I shot 2.
50%.
50%? Okay.
Unless you crit.
Missed.
Okay.
We're just all expended.
Expended.
And for future record,
Or we have to go and retrieve them. There's
10% per plus bonus of the arrow. Additional bonus to retrieve the arrow, but it's not magical once you shoot.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm doing on this chart.
Okay.
Charging up the left.
Yeah, you're getting into position.
I don't know if I'll make it. Probably not.
You'll probably get there.
Yeah, maybe. You'll get there in the surprise round. You will not be able to attack in the surprise round.
Okay.
I'll get to use my two-handed sword.
It's going to be initiative. Are we going to do a group or individuals?
Individual. Because we do individual on individual scale, correct?
Depends. If you do whatever. It can be the group. The group.
I'm
of
attempting to
modifiers,
run in a way
individuals.
that you would typically run so that we learn that way. On an
So-
individual scale,
Yeah.
typically roll individual initiative, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first round, what I would do would be a group. And in this case, I'm going to still do a group, but then after we sort of narrow down into the individual.
I'm going to stick with one type for fun.
Okay.
So, for individual initiative, and I got 2, I got left flank and right flank.
Okay.
Wait, it's wrong now. It's D10, right?
Yep, D10.
One.
Yeah, I roll
Oh.
a D20.
Hold on. But speed.
Hey, I roll 1 D10.
Holy fuck!
So
I got 0.
nice. So 7. Oh, right. We're supposed to declare what we're doing and then roll.
Yes. Well,
I'm shooting. twice.
you're supposed to declare what you're doing before the initiative starts.
Yes. So I am going to be shooting my bow twice. Therefore, my
You're gonna be
initiative is
Yes.
7.
Okay.
I'll be hitting with
Shooting.
my sword.
You'll be attacking with your
With my
sword.
two-handed sword.
All right. So I got start on 0 plus weapon speed. What's your weapon speed?
7.
7. Okay. So
Oh.
7,
So your initiative is 7
17.
17.
and 7.
I rolled a 10. And then I have a 7 weapon speed. So is that-
I know how that goes. We had it too. We specifically made sure we always found someone to bring into our group that could wield two-handed swords, because we had a +2 two-handed sword, and that's insanely rare in one of our parties.
Nice.
So we always made sure we had someone who used the damn thing. We had one guy towards the end, or rather, we had one guy for the longest period of time, so he actually stuck around towards the end. His name was Slug. There's a reason. It's because he wasn't particularly fast, and he used a two-handed sword. He started swinging, finished the next round, and somebody died. It's generally how it worked.
Specializations.
Specializations. That's going to be in Player's Handbook under Proficiencies and the Fighter's Manual.
So
It
Burning
should
Spear
produce your weapon.
is 7.
I believe it did produce your weapon. Because keep in mind, a two-handed sword is typically 10. Yeah, typically 10.
Yeah, I'm mostly wondering what the extra thing was. If there was something to do with
It's +1 to hit, +2 to damage, and for two-handed style,
style.
I believe you reduce the weapon speed.
So I did take style
Yeah.
and specialization.
So, that puts me at, I've got 9 and 11. So, you're going after the right flank, you're going after the left flank. So, I got 7 on the right flank. Oh, I need to turn. He goes almost as slow as he does.
Oh no.
spells. Oh no, he's shooting.
Shoot.
Yeah, short bows is 6.
Yep. Which means he's going on 6 and he's going on 16 and 22 in my rules.
16 and 16 on 7.
Yes.
I don't think it's special or in combat will be, right?
What's that?
Can't find
Oh, that's right. No, this flank is still on the bow, so they're at 14.
Yeah, I'll pick a 9 of them.
9?
AC 9.
AC 9? AC 9 will miss.
Okay, they're no longer surprised.
7.
Ah, yes. Ooh, -1.
nice.
You hit.
Yep, same guy.
Okay.
Taking him down first. That's
He's
4.
dead.
Okay,
Wasn't a 1.
I will read us for the one that looks the most crazy in left group.
Well, some of them are taking out melee weapons and some of them aren't. How about that description?
I'll take out the ones with range.
Okay. That was 7. Excuse me. You just need a jean vest.
Denim jacket.
No, denim vest.
Denim vest.
You think different flaws, so that every time he does that, those are just tattoos.
Yeah, let's see. Thank you.
Excuse me. Yeah, until he tears, and then you got ink in your blood. That stings. It's extremely unpleasant. Let me tell you. So, that was 7. I'm
Yep.
on 9 on the left flank for my melee guys. Well, one of them will hit.
Is it friend or friends? For the
Friend. Speak friend and enter.
Oh, friend. Yes.
For a whopping 1 point of damage.
You got hit for 1. Oh, I'm glad I didn't hit the one. I'm not aiming for the one in there.
Why did you actually do the right flank?
Alright, so
I'll try
that
not to hit
was
More likely to hit it.
12 is next.
He's bigger. She's bigger.
Yeah, so we found it 1 instead of half.
You're actually the better person to shoot in melee against goblins.
Yes, they count as 1.
I'm counting them as in your favor, 1 size higher.
Okay.
At least for the purposes of randomly shooting.
Yeah.
I think an AC 9 misses you,
Yeah.
even without your shield.
Yep. My AC is 2 without the shield. Oh, that's my rear. Yeah. That's adjustment. So my AC is 1.
You have a dex adjustment?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's
AC
15 dex.
defensive is the first one? Yeah, defensive is the first one that pops up. So, yeah. So, yep, your AC is 1.
My rear is 2. My right is 1.
Definitely missed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right is without shield. 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was 14. Or that was 12. Now I got 14. I got 3 potential targets. I don't really have a good idea that you killed someone. You have. I'm going to go 3 on you, and 2 on you, and 1 on the guy who can't hit for outside of the farm. Oh,
Ranged attackers or
ranged attackers. Okay. I have 2 hits.
Nice.
And they both hit for 2 points of damage.
On Fireweaver?
No.
Oh, on you.
2 points?
Could have been a lot worse. I rolled a 20. Didn't make the
Uh,
second hit work.
we rested, so my wound is down. to
Your wounds are
1.
gone.
The wounds are gone. Okay. Wounds are gone. We only get 1 per night, but we rested very well.
2 near misses on you. And can't hit the fire reaver.
That was the right flank shooting?
That was the right flank shooting. So that is their first shot, which means we are on 16.
I'm at 7.
I'm at 16. First shot.
Fireweaver.
You can do it!
Nope. No, I can't. 17.
Okay.
You have 3 goblins in range.
Okay, so I have 3, 2. This is my first round, so I'm just going to 19 on the die.
Nice.
I would say you
So
hit a
that-
goblin.
Yeah.
The Thaco is, just for math's sake, is 16 front-handed, so it's like minus 3, neg 3.
Yeah. You hit neg 3.
And he's small, so it's a D10 damage die.
A D10?
Yep.
Oh,
Plus 5.
and what does it go to?
Is that-
2d6?
I thought it's just plus 4 right now. I had a plus 3 damage adjustment, plus the 18 increase to first ball. But I do have a plus.
Yes, it increased by. It should have increased
By
you
2.
to a 1-3 for strength, and 1-2 is your specialization. So you should be at a +2 to hit, +5 to damage.
So normally I would be at a plus 4.
You would normally be at a +3 to damage.
Oh, but because my strength went up, it went up by 2.
Yes.
You got 2 more because you went from a 16 strength to a 1840.
Okay. So D10 plus 5.
Did you roll not a 1?
What?
Did you roll not a 1?
Yes.
Okay, he's dead. Did you roll higher than a 3?
Yes.
Okay, he's in 2 pieces.
There you go.
Oh god.
Oh, make someone flee from you.
Ow.
He's scary.
Just intimidation.
Well, he just cut someone in half, so if they're gonna run, they're gonna run.
2 E's, style, and talents. That's
Alright.
what I want to know. So yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Sounds like second round. Second shot.
So second shot, you don't have a second shot, do you?
Oh, that was damage die.
You're doing 1 damage to something. Maybe not. No, you're not. Okay.
16.
AC 16?
Yeah.
I think you missed.
I missed.
Did you roll a 1?
No, I rolled a 2.
Okay.
You hit the triple.
Oh, wow.
No, that's when he rolls a 1 and he rolls a 20 and there's none of his friends nearby. Shot the wings off a cricket. Wow.
Okay. Well,
Very impressive and completely missed.
It reminds me of a thing in The Witcher 3. He was talking about how he threw a dagger in the dead of night, and that was a masterful throw, and no one saw it because they can't see the dark.
Oh.
It's like, I didn't think that through.
Anyways,
Sorry.
second shots. Goblins! I have 2 shots, and you! I've hit once! For 1 point of damage! Yeah, because I can't do 0.
Which one? Right flank, left flank?
Left.
Left flank? Oh, I'm shooting.
You already were!
Oh, good.
Alright, which leaves me with right flank, second shots. Got 3 on you, 2 on, or no, 3 on you, 2 on you, 1 on the fire weaver. AC of 4.
Yeah. 5 is my AC.
5 is your AC. 1 point.
So I get 1 swing this round and 2 swings next round.
2 on you. Nope. Wait. Nope. 1 on the fire weaver. Nope. Fire weaver, second shot. Shit.
That a 1?
Nope. He kills a goblin.
Nice.
You kill a goblin.
He was shooting on the right flank.
Fireball, bolts, or
Nope. Oh,
oh, right,
Oh.
right.
why waste magic when you can have arrows?
So different.
Yes, I don't have infinite cantrips. I can't cast spells forever. I wish. Oh my god. Oh, it's so much more effective. Anyways,
Sounds like new initiative.
new initiative.
I am going to fire 1 swing of my bow and move up to the left flank.
Okay.
That's a little better. I am going to try to cut another goblin in half,
12.
preferably the closest one to me.
And probably another one after that.
I am going to try closing with that.
You're going to close into melee combat? Okay. What's your initiative?
My initiative is 5 without modification.
Is that?
I mean, 4 without modification.
Oh, so you're just closing?
Well, no. That's just.
Or you're closing and shooting?
That's.
You're closing and shooting at
Yeah.
the plus your speed is your initiative.
I
So,
don't know if I can
No fester.
close enough.
I am closing for melee.
He's
Oh, closing for
he's
melee.
closing for melee.
Okay.
So
I'm closing but also shooting. 1 shot. So my
add
initiative's
1
12.
to your initiative and calculate normalize with weapon speed. Movement. Takes time to move.
So my first round, I was at 17. Remarkably,
So
this
5
round,
plus
I'm
weapon.
at 16.
4 plus 1 is 5.
You get a second swing.
I do. I rolled a 10, and this round I rolled a 9.
You will still get to go before they do. Initiative
16.
16,
12.
12. All right, everybody's going before the goblins. What? Wait, no. Okay. Sorry.
Everyone that counts. I'm coming up to you. Come to help.
They are going before you.
So like I said,
No, you're moving up to melee.
No. I'm moving.
You're shooting
towards
and
melee.
then moving. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shooting while moving.
You're shooting once and moving.
Yeah, if it's a large creature, I do 3d6.
3d6?
Yes. You're designed around large creatures.
That's fun. Otherwise, creatures sound like small creatures.
Well, two-handed weapons are designed against large creatures.
Yeah, I'm just specialized in style
Yeah.
and weapons. So kind of, yeah. I just invested in the weapon that's for that style.
Mhm.
You are more.
It's also
like,
still for
shooting
damaging
demons.
goblins, as you've just proven, because the D10's more than enough.
Yeah, and I get currently +5 instead of +3.
Yeah, 18 strength.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr.
Big difference.
Fire Weaver.
Hey, he's also killed a goblin by himself. Which is better than I was expecting from him. So, where were we at?
We were at the top of a new round.
Yeah, new round.
Oh.
Second.
Okay, so I am going on 10 and 12.
So I moved up.
And 7. My melee guys are at 7. So 2 guys on.
Oh, right,
Yes.
started. We did not do the round. We
Yes.
started the round. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
Or no, 8. I'm at 8, that's it.
I should be going last.
Always.
Well, with these rolls, yeah. +7 and a 10 and a 9.
Does an AC6 hit you? No. Okay.
No.
Moving on.
2 all around. No positional difference. That's an interesting system that I haven't seen too much of yet. The different ACs for
Yes.
basic.
Facing they got rid of in later games because
Complicated.
Yeah, it's how things are tracked.
it's just more things to track, and especially if you're not using minions, it gets pretty complicated.
Yeah. It'd be pretty fun with things.
So I'm
Smaller.
facing this guy.
Mhm.
I'm attacking him. So be behind you.
In this case, the goblins weren't smart enough to try and flank the guy with 2-handed sword. They're just going 2-handed sword kill.
Do they get different benefits from flanking, or is it based off of facing?
It's based off of thing.
So they no benefit actually. Because I have a rear facing that is the same as the front facing, which is the same as all directional facing is a 2 AC. So
It doesn't seem to be.
He gets exclusively plate mail and nothing else. She does.
Mostly because I don't have a dex mark. Or should.
I don't think there's any bonus for flanking.
There's no bonus.
Okay.
It's
Other
just
than messing
being
with
on
facing.
someone's flank.
Rear. Yeah.
Or
Or
flank.
rear AC.
Because your left flank is different than your right flank.
Yep.
If you have a shield. So,
Where we at?
I have missed my melee attacks, which means we're on 9.
So do I get up to him in melee this turn?
Yes. Okay. You'll get up to them and get 1 attack.
Cool. -16, 3.
3?
Yep.
You have soundly hit that goblin.
For 7 damage.
That goblin is dead.
You're going on the right flank?
Yep.
We're going. You went up to the
You
left
just-
flank. I'm on my way to the left.
Yes.
I'm gonna chop the goblin's head off with my hands.
I do like that our ship is.
So what Rob say?
Food.
Yeah.
Rob's gonna stop by a grocery store to grab food for people. So if anybody doesn't want the pizza in the fridge, you guys talk amongst yourself about what you want to eat, and then he will text Rob, and Rob will grab stuff from a grocery store and bring food for a group of people.
Sounds awesome.
Since that is cheaper than eating out. It's far more practical than what I do.
Yeah.
And
I always like some good pasta. But we'll
it's
talk
really
about
weird.
that later.
It's hard to get out of.
Like this is gin mode.
Maybe escape.
Resize.
Would I escape? Does it escape over here? Yes, it does.
It's just that the aspect ratio isn't the same as the
Yeah.
TV.
So because the side disappears. It's over here somewhere.
I think that's fine.
Yes. I just got used to doing that.
Alright.
So, you are successfully murdering some goblins. I am on 10. Everybody else is after 10, correct? My
I'm at
bows.
16.
So with my bows, I am on 10. One guy's dead, so I don't have to worry about him switching weapons. The other 2 guys, well, now they're not in melee combat. No, you're not in melee combat, so they're not going to shoot anybody else. They're going to shoot you first. Well, they're going to switch weapons. Since they got their bows out. He's going to miss, and he's going to miss. of the remaining guys on the flank, he's going off to the left flank, so he's no longer a problem. That guy down there did kill one of the archers, so he is a problem. So we're going to go one more on you, miss, and one on the fire guy, miss. Okay. So that's the right flank, the left flank archers that are left are going to shoot at you. No. And they are going to drop their bows. So I've got 2 archers left on the right flank. Or no, one archer left on the right flank. He's not going to shoot into a melee.
So how many goblins on each round?
So there are 4 left on the right flank. And then you killed one, and you killed one on the left flank?
Killed at least one.
I think you killed one and either damaged or... No, you missed horribly.
Yeah, I think you hurt it once in the first round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you finished it off with fire.
Injured it, then I killed it, then I missed.
Yes.
So that's it. Injured, killed.
I think I
someone.
have too many guys on the right flank. Didn't you kill someone with crossbow?
I killed. I killed 2 at least.
You killed one with the crossbow and one with the melee attack.
I thought I killed 2 with crossbow at least.
So I only had like one round in
I missed.
before June.
I
Surprise
hit,
Two rounds.
missed.
Surprise round, first round.
Yeah, you hit, missed, hit. It's only been 2 rounds. This is
Yeah.
So,
I shot 4 arrows.
so you shot 2 bolts. You missed one. You hit one. You killed with one.
And now you just
And then you moved
Shot
up and attacked and you killed another. So, yes, I have too many people on the right flank. So you are going to be engaged with 2 goblins in melee. I shot one too many times, but I missed everyone, so nobody took any extra damage. And the third goblin's still going to keep shooting at the wizard because he killed his buddy. So I've got 4 guys left on the left flank and 3 guys left on the right flank.
Okay.
At this point, all but one are engaged in melee.
So there's 3 on me. On the left flank?
2.
2. Okay,
There's
so
2 on you, 2 on you, 2 on you, and 1 guy shooting.
Gotcha.
So that is everything at 10, 12.
oh, I'm at 12. So
Fine.
here's my shot. Second guy.
Archer misses.
That's a 2.
Fire Reaper misses. AC 2 hits.
2. That's 3.
Okay. So you're moving up and you shot him.
Yep.
Puts me at 14, 15, 16.
I have 2 attacks this round, I believe.
Mhm.
This is my first one. Yeah. I think I only had an AC 11.
You've missed.
Okay. Second swing.
No,
Second swing.
9, actually.
AC 9, you still missed.
That's much better.
Much better than 11, but still miss.
I went the wrong way.
You could actually hit something on a 9 that doesn't have negative modifiers to AC. So,
Now that goblin second shot.
that goblin's second shot. Should get the Fire Weaver misses. Fire Weaver misses. Okay.
Second swing.
Second swing. Nope. Okay. New initiative. Melee combat this time around.
Yeah, I'm going to switch weapons. Get out my scimitar and shield. And then be engaged.
I presume you were putting away your bow last round while
Okay.
you were moving.
Okay.
And then you're taking out your weapons this round.
Yep, to be engaged. And get an attack in.
You moved, you did a thing while you were moving, that's fine. You did a thing while you were moving. That's fine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. In that case, I'm at 9.
I got goblins at 10 and 9, and
I'm at 11.
Fireweaver at 10.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh no, relatively well.
So, got lots of people at 9, it sounds like. So, 9!
Oh,
You first.
this all resolves
Yes.
simultaneously.
You said I'm not in melee currently?
You are in melee.
Well.
2 goblins.
Cool. How does 3 and 2
You 1 attack
So,
the first
you
round.
got 1 attack the first round, which was last round. Now you got 2 this round.
You do the 1 in initiative, and then successive in initiative order. After.
The second round, when we get to second shot, second swings.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead. Oh. Oh.
That's an 8.
Well, don't worry too much about missing that goblin because he hit himself. Yeah, I dropped a D4.
I scared him so much that he actually was up.
Himself with a crappy little dagger.
Oh, I rolled a 7 for damage.
For 1 point of damage.
9.
That was a 1 shot.
That would kill him. So that was 9. You missed. I missed catastrophically. You missed 10. I got my other 4 goblins. 2 on you and 2 on you.
Yep, got my shield up now.
Okay, not hitting you then. You. Oh no, that's melee. So that's that. Because I had an AC 4, which means I missed you.
Yep, at AC.
So that was 10,
11.
11.
Swing. Oh, that's a 10. Oh.
You die?
That's what
Yeah, Fireweaver has severely wounded the last goblin archer.
Wow. That's quite a duel.
Versus wizard foes. The difference is goblin and a 5th level wizard. They're doing about equivalent as far as shooting goes.
How's our wizard looking?
He actually hasn't taken any damage yet.
Okay.
No. His AC is much better than the goblins.
That's good.
But the goblins got better. So, he has soundly hit the goblin. That was also on 10. I forgot it. 11, you miss.
I missed that 11.
Okay. So you only got 1 swing this round. You get 2 next round.
Yep.
Second shot, second shot, second swings.
Know if anyone has any easy blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
Goblin Archer. Goblin Archer wins. Yep, probably.
One guy is going to that one. I put him on the side I wanted. You decide what. Besides. He says, listen, each one.
Okay. That was at 9. Goblins don't have second swings. 10. Doesn't have second swing. I have a second shot. The Goblin Archer dies on 10.
Oh,
Before he gets his second shot off.
Nice. Wizard?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh.
Square in the nose.
Ouch.
Goblin only had 1 hit. Alright, there are no more Goblin Archers.
well,
Means there was one guy left who could conceivably understand the situation and run. Oh well. Goblins don't have second swings, so new round.
Okay, I'm going to attack twice. Goblin in front of me.
Probably not as quickly as the goblins.
I don't know. I rolled a 9.
I go before that.
Yeah, so I'm at 14.
I'm at 15.
12.
Goblins go first.
Yep. Goblins are pressed.
Goblins are past this round. They rolled a 3 and a 2.
I rolled a 8. I rolled a 10, a 9,
Oh,
and now an 8.
oh god. Oh, come on.
Well, just go roll a 1.
Oh god.
You mean catastrophic?
Very feverish.
He successfully crit his friend.
Oh no. Yay. And you roll again?
Yep, and he hit him.
Or did?
That's not right. He did 4 points of damage to his friend.
Shot him in the neck or something.
He stabbed him with a dagger. A little too close to the
Is that backswing right in the eye?
No, he was going for your kidney, and he didn't. He swung a little too wide. Got him right in the back. Oh! Ow!
Oh god.
So you have 2 injured goblins in front of you.
This is why
Neither of them injured by you.
and this is why he's such a good goblin slayer.
Yep. I'm scared of that.
They just kill themselves. It's
It's
so
just
easy.
this one goblin might be picking up the title Goblin Slayer too. All right, that was catastrophic failure for that round. So much for going first.
They were just too excited.
So I got 12. 12 is no 9. No, 14 is you. So 12
12.
is you and me. I'm not going to
Yay, I
shoot
did
in
this.
melee. Smart. So I'm going to go. Keep watching.
Okay.
AC 2.
AC 2. You have soundly hit goblin.
3 damage. So the one on the left.
Oh, he's dead. Went for the guy who got hit in the kidney. What the fuck? It's dagger in the back, axe in the face.
What are you doing?
Die more.
And he dies horribly. Whoa, what planet is that?
Of course.
Let's go to that.
Let's go there.
No.
That's their shiny one. Oh, the shiny one?
Very bright.
That's Hut City.
Oh, no, no.
And that's where all the casinos and stuff are. Of course it's shiny.
Just a bunch of cities that are connected.
Yes. Well, no. The entire planet is city. Those are just the hubs. But everything on the planet is city. Anywho, so that was 12.
Anyone on 13?
I don't think so. 14?
Yep. Swinging goblin in front of me. Teaming up with you. Yep. I got 2 things this round. That's a 6.
AC 6?
Yep.
You hit.
6 damage.
Okay. Ow. That goblin does not look good.
I'll finish him off.
Goblin didn't look good before. So,
I'm at AC, or not AC, initiative 15.
15.
You have one, we both have 2 on us.
Yes.
We need
2 separate.
1 and 15. 9. No.
AC 9. compared to the last fight I had you guys in, this is going more typically for low-level combatants. Miss. All right.
Good dice rolls last combat.
Yep, you had very good dice rolls last combat. So, that was 15 the first time around. Second shot, second swings.
Yep.
14.
Same guy. Finish him off. No, I won't.
Okay. Very trying.
The other guy that I was trying to hit, hey, I think that's a neck one.
Nope, totally missed. That guy's a demon in disguise.
8 points of damage.
He's dead.
Kill the demon.
He's very dead. Alright, so I got 1 goblin, 2 goblins, and 1 goblin.
That's right.
There was 1 injured and 1 injured.
There's one keeping a lookout.
No.
He didn't want. Oh, he did go.
No, your Fire Weaver is keeping a lookout
Ah.
because he didn't want to shoot into melee.
Okay.
Because goblins versus people.
Yeah.
Which one's easier to hit?
People.
I would have to roll a d6 and roll a 1 or a 2 if it's 1-on-1. If it's 2-on-1, then I get to roll
A D10.
yeah,
You have 1 or 2.
1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, and then everything else is one of you. All right. So,
Initiative? I got
Yes.
second swing at 14. Hey! Really good.
that's not that. It was your second swing.
That was my. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an initiative.
I'm going to swing at the injured guy.
Well, he's the only one. Yeah.
6. I rolled a 1.
I did too.
Wow.
I'm at 8. I'm gonna kill the one that's in front of me. One swing.
You go at the same time as the goblins. But first, you got 6.
Oh.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
Aha!
Plus he's going before 6.
Yes, I am going 5.
Ah, 5.
On the table.
11, 12, so it is 6
AC 6 hits.
Nice.
for 5 damage.
He is not quite dead. Given its bad luck, he might try to run away.
So that was 5.
If he survives this round.
So
You
6.
get 2 attacks this round, right? Yep. If he survives this round. Alright. So that's 6.
That's AC 3 for 6 damage.
He's very dead.
Injured guy. Yeah.
Nothing on 7.
Nothing on 7.
So we go at 8.
Yep. 1 attack on you. I missed.
So AC 4 should hit.
Yep.
For 6 damage.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's not dead.
I rolled a 1.
He is not dead. He took a 2-handed sword to the chest. He definitely doesn't look good, but he's not hit. Or he's not dead.
I don't get a second swing.
Not this round.
Not this round. This would be a good round to do it.
We got an injured guy on you, I got an uninjured guy on me. You have an injured guy on you, and you're swinging a second time.
Yep.
And the Fire Weaver's keeping watch.
Nice catch.
Miss.
Yep. All right. Next round.
I'm going to.
Did the goblin attack me? At 8?
Oh, yeah, he missed.
Okay. I didn't hear.
I hit AC. 11.
Okay. I'm gonna keep on this last healthy goblin that's on me. Stand him.
So, I've got my initiatives.
Ooh, 7.
I rolled a 7.
Nice.
Wow.
14.
All right. So, on 3,
What?
the goblin in front of you runs.
Oh, does he flee?
Yes, he does.
Oh boy, you get all your attacks.
You get attack of opportunity.
Any attacks you're entitled to for
One.
this round.
14. So easy 4.
He dies.
Good job. Good job.
That
Oh
was
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
0 for 6 damage.
He was uninjured,
Yes.
so he is still alive.
So
8. The guy in front of you runs.
Hit him twice. So I use my initiative.
I do get 2 attacks.
that's a
You
3.
do get 2
That's a 3.
Yes.
That's a 3 attack.
No.
There's no one else for you to attack.
Do you?
No.
That wasn't asked.
I'm sorry, you could move. You could
Move.
move.
Draw my crossbow, maybe.
You draw your crossbow. You won't get a shot off this round.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Because it
Sorry.
changed weapons.
Sorry.
What?
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Oh, you got a 1?
You roll a 1?
In melee combat with only this other one person. So what should I do?
Okay. Roll me a d20. Let's see how bad it is.
I'm gonna put this here. It's a 19.
It's a 19.
I don't know if that's worse or better.
You've thrown your weapon.
Oh fuck.
Roll me a d8.
5.
Okay. Bonus to damages. Plus 5. See if you're throwing a weapon 10 feet. Roll a d10.
2.
I'm sorry, d12.
I was not expecting D12s. No one expects the D12.
4.
You've thrown it 10 feet away to your 4 o'clock position. Just downhill. Means it's actually more like 15 feet away. As it clatters and clangs. And you go, and the goblin goes, aha! It keeps running. That goblin feels like a god. Oh. He's running fast.
I'll reveal them. Pursue him.
I was on E.
Is it because? Is the reason I don't get an attack because it wasn't ready?
The crossbow?
Yeah.
You got a.
So I do have my other crossbow. That's the last one. Because that's +1.
Oh.
My saddle. That's really hot.
Yeah.
It's still.
No. Yeah. Yeah. You can shoot the end of the round. It's mostly because you have to put away your weapon and you have to take out the other weapon.
Or rather, you'll get.
So with
shot.
your crossbow that wasn't loaded,
Yeah.
you would have had to take it out. You would have had to put away your hand axe, take out your crossbow, and load your crossbow, which wasn't happening
Yeah.
all in one round.
That I see. The description of the class is they fight with hand axe in one and my crossbow in the other.
Ah. Then, yeah.
Okay.
So-
Since it wasn't your prepared weapon,
Yeah.
since you weren't prepared to attack with it, you get it at the end of the round.
Or rather, before initiative. Same thing.
Same thing. Except it's this round's attack, not next round's.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. Because it's this round's attack, not next round's.
It's just, is this attack for this round, the second one is going to take long.
Yeah.
In the round.
Let go.
Or no, you don't, because it's your offhand. So you don't even have to put away your weapon.
No, but I do have to let go of the crossbow.
Oh, yes.
Pull.
Yeah.
New crossbow.
Cool. Alright, so just remember you don't get +1 on that.
No.
Alright.
So that leaves me with I have an attack on you.
Mhm.
I've missed. I know this is a shocking statement. I only need to roll a 20.
Okay. Second.
Second shot, second swings?
I did not get to 14 on my first turn.
Oh, yeah, 14. So
Lost your weapon.
you could go retrieve your weapon.
How long would it take me to take out my bow and shoot that goblin? That's right away. Next turn? Next round?
As you weren't prepared to do it, you could have the arrow knocked ready before initiative next round.
So kind of around the same time you shoot?
Yeah, it would have been this. It would have been the same thing if he were having to load his crossbow.
Okay, except I've already thrown something down.
Yeah, you practically dropped your weapon.
It's,
So you may.
and I'm going to try to attempt to shoot that goblin who's running away.
So he'll get a shot at the end of the round. He'll get a shot at the beginning of the next round. If something will happen. That goblin's probably dead.
He feels pretty good for right now, though.
He feels like a god. Yay! Goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin.
God.
Goblin.
Goblin.
Goblin. Goblin.
God.
That was the best.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
You ever heard a goblin talk?
No.
Sounds alright. Right. So,
Seconds?
nobody has second shots.
This would be the round I would have a second
End of the round.
attack, but that's with the sword.
I have a
Yes.
second
So I
swing.
hit.
You have a second one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a d10 instead of a d6.
I rolled
Well, he's still
one.
dead.
I rolled one.
Oh, you rolled a 1?
Yeah.
Roll it again.
7.
It's a 7.
I just soundly missed the guy in front of me.
You just soundly missed the guy in front of you. Mid-range second roll isn't that.
Okay. If I drop my scimitar, I still got my shield back.
Under the circumstances, you would lose any further attacks in the round, but since it was your second attack, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh, yes, that is one of my rules. If you roll a 1 on the first attack, you don't get your second one.
Cool.
Screwed up your balance for 7.
You spit in a circle.
Shit.
Makes sense.
Alright, so, the goblin that you were going to shoot is dead.
Dead. At the end of the
Oh.
encounter?
Nope, there's one left. Melee combat with him.
He won't hit him.
He'll be fine! That's not a high AC. You're shooting on his shield side, too.
Shoot into melee. Roll a d6, either 1 or a 2.
Yep, roll a d6, and
Oh.
if you roll 1 or 2 is the goblin.
Yep.
The rest is you.
Do we have point blank range?
It is point blank range.
So, -2 AC.
Oh,
Roll
roll a d6.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong damage die. Anyway. 1.
Okay, you hit the goblin. You actually would have hit him with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been glorious.
6 points of damage to the goblin in front of me.
Yeah, he's already injured.
Yeah, he's dead. Wait, so
I hope this makes up for
I
the
guess-
last time I hit you.
the fire weaver kind of. There you go.
Start
your sword.
taking off heads of goblins.
What are you doing with the goblins?
Taking the heads off.
Oh,
So,
Kind of
so I have 50.
You using those for something?
proof of kill.
You gotta witness.
take a year from each.
One typically takes an ear, specifically the.
It is the
Left ear.
heavy heads. Taking off the balls.
Okay.
I'd like to retrieve from my
That's more an intimidation thing. For proof of kill, it's typically an ear.
So, 50% chance per arrow or 50% of arrows?
50% chance per arrow.
Okay.
Oh, I did use an arrow. So
Yes.
do I roll 50% chance to get that one arrow?
I got it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend some time landing a shot in this area. Pull up my arrows out, see which ones are still usable. 5 times. So, I'm shooting for a range of 1 to 50.
Yep.
Oh,
Nope.
150 damage.
Oh,
I see.
150, yeah.
I got one.
I have one in my hand.
4, so I may get that arrow. Just kind of come back.
I got a second.
On this was.
I got a third. I got 3 of my 5 arrows. Surprise! That's 50% of 5.
Ish.
It rounds up here.
Yep.
Yeah, 0, 0, and a 4 is just a 4, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I get Team Hunters and just format that it's laid out. Most of the time it doesn't happen. This is mostly the 0, 0 is like.
That's also why I like to have percentile available for a variety of reasons, just so people are used to reading percentile and just go, oh, okay. Especially because in this game you actually need it for stuff.
Like lots of things. Like what would be a 100?
System.
0, 0, 0. 0 on that.
Oh, yeah. Zeros. Zeros across the board is 100.
And a 1 would be a 1.
Yes.
0, 0, 1.
Yep.
Versus 0, 0, 0. Gotcha.
It's the easiest way to remember because percentile is tens place and ones place.
It's just when I got down to 0, 0s, I was like, which way?
Well, you can't roll a 0 between 1 and 100.
So yeah, I rolled a 4, so it's below 50% is the getting one. So
What time? I rolled a 0 and a 10 here.
No. You had an initiative of 0. Because if that was the case, I rolled like -4 on a d10. Which is a really neat trick.
So,
it says 0 right there.
we must be pretty close. Like, they have these lookouts here. Ready for us.
Just for who's reading your arrows.
Check them over, check it out again.
There you go. Roll me percentile.
That's why he kills stuff.
30, 30,
38.
38. Roll me d6.
6.
Wow. They had 6 silver between all.
Nice.
You probably have a few extra arrows.
Not for your style.
Goblin arrows.
Besides
You
that,
don't consider that. No.
Okay.
Nope. And nope. And nope. And wow, he's really good at breaking arrows.
we found he was looking for 0.
None.
Right. Well,
He's really good at breaking arrows. He's probably got 2 quivers. He's the only wizard you've ever seen carrying around 2 quivers of arrows.
The fact that no arrows came back is actually more realistic.
Yeah.
Because in war, they would just attach the head of the little dot wax, so that when it's stuck in something, and it would come off, and it would be useless to shoot back.
smart. Kill them without giving them ammo.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah, that could be reasonable, but at the same time, you gotta think these guys are typically horse nomads. Their arrows are bouncing and their quivers are low. That wax would pop right off. They have half their quivers in their arrows, or half their arrows in their quiver.
Yeah, it makes sense.
After a rough ride.
It makes sense that there'd be a difference.
So it would
between
be
ones
more
depending-
Mongolian style, where it's actually tied on.
Yeah.
Versus
It's-
war.
It's if you notice, scimitar, shortbow, and horse nomads,
Yeah.
they're not Mongolian at all. Narfell horsemen? No. What are you talking about? The other side of that mountain is the road to an Asian empire, to an Oriental empire. That makes no
But
sense.
in that case, they're usually flint heads that are shattered. Yes.
Except metalworking is more common in Forgotten Realms than it is in other
and I got these in a squishy goblin.
historical systems.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to clear out the den?
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep going.
So, tracking.
Percentile over it?
Nope.
No.
D20.
D20.
Roll low.
Roll low.
The low wisdom, right?
Yep.
That's not a D20.
That's a D12. That's really easy to roll below your wisdom. Well, how do you keep doing that? He rolls the wrong die, rolls a 1, then rolls the correct die, and rolls a 1.
Oh, wow.
It's the second time he's done that tonight.
What was that, 13 below?
Yeah, 12 below.
So he casually wanders across a path. It doesn't even look like he's bothering to check it terribly often. He's just like, oh, yep, here we are.
I'm just following the goblin droppings.
He honestly tells you that you're at the den before you can see the den.
Oh, shit.
He's like, yeah, no, I can tell by how they changed their marching style.
Oh, and that.
Oh yeah, and it's there. These appear to have been the front guardmen. Given the path you took in, you think you could pretty decently see where you guys were coming in. So they probably saw you ahead of time and decided to ambush you, and lost that bet.
Yeah. It's probably their best bet.
So
Maybe.
this seems to have been the front guard of the cavern.
So it seems like they tried to engage us instead of sending off the warning.
What? Goblins are dumb?
So should be okay.
Yep.
Let's,
These aren't kobolds. They're not well organized.
yeah, let's go in.
Proceed slowly, search for traps.
Roll me a tracking first.
That's no fun. I was going to bear it away.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Oh, that's a 17.
Read this really well.
They never get used. They want to come out.
I'm thinking like it's super confidence.
That makes the rule of only one on the table so much harder.
Especially if that damn tower of his. We just be bouncing right out. Ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. We'll have to have a catch back there for him.
Back forward. Right back in.
No, get one of those little basketball nets where it's actually a little basketball hoop in a net that's fully enclosed. So it'll bounce in there and sometimes it'll catch.
And if it does, we roll wild magic.
I'm
It
good.
happens way too often. That's why I'm good at catching with it off the table. It's always good tell.
You need to put a little fence on it. Not something hard, just like rubber fencing.
That's all
So you can push down on it.
probably not like his cemetery to get great kind of that's all good.
Well, that's why I was thinking like a little rubber fence, a little bigger rubber fencing somehow. It's already black,
Yeah.
so you can make a little club down, something like that, and you could bump your hand on it without breaking it. Or stabbing yourself. So, Goblin Den.
How wide is the tunnel?
How wide is the tunnel? Here?
It doesn't look like it'll get bigger or smaller.
Looks like it'll get bigger. They found themselves a little warren that seems to widen out as you get deeper in. You can squeeze through even in plate without scraping the sides, but you have to like go sideways
And not stealthy.
Yeah, with the
Not
silent
very
stone.
AKA with the silent stone.
Yeah. Does the Fireweaver have anything to guard the entrance?
I could cast alarm.
That'd be good. That way we know if anything comes in.
Almost first level spell I got. That's alright.
But if you're notified,
Take a listen to the game.
so we're not surprised. Outside of the Silent Stone area?
Yes.
We can't get tired.
Then the roll percentage.
What'd you get?
30
What's your percentage?
12.
Okay. That's always tell me both. Because there are some circumstances where it will be easier to hear things.
If they're partying and
Yeah.
and check the entrance for traps.
Please do.
I rolled below my percentage.
Okay.
26 and 50.
That's what he's good at.
Oh.
So 26 and 50, you find a very crudely made trap. It's somewhat cleverly positioned. If you step in the wrong place just as you're getting out of that little place where even you kind of have to turn sideways, it looks like you'll pitch over right into a pile of spikes. But once you know it's there, it's easy enough to step around. And it looks like they even got a couple handholds on the inside of the wall that grab hold of. And granted, that's a goblin's pipe, so humans are screwed. But at least they know it's there.
Pointed out.
Oh, God, here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, you see it pretty readily once he points it out. You're like, oh yeah, that's definitely not normal cave floor.
Try to step over it. Going around it.
You step off to the side a little bit. Seems to be the safest way to do it.
Yeah.
So, you get in without too much trouble. He hands the silent stone to you for a second. Moves you further in so he can get out of it. And casts on the entrance of the cave.
Okay.
Alarm.
Like that heard.
So, well, actually, no, I'm sorry. He just puts the silent stone away.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, we will not be able to notice it. So it will be making a noise for us to hear. So if there is a silence spell between us and it, we won't be able to hear it.
Okay. Because silence spell blocks.
Yes. Also, the password is block.
Okay. No goblin would guess that.
No goblin will know it's there.
Look out, yes, Calvin.
It's blocked.
Yes, Calvin.
I don't think our fire weaver would ask us goblin.
That's something we wouldn't forget.
Never forget. Should
Anyway.
we proceed?
Yes, we keep going.
Okay. So you proceed into the goblin warren. How often are you checking for traps?
Every dungeon turn.
Every dungeon turn?
Yep. It's good.
That's like 10 minutes per area.
Yep.
But that is, 10 minutes of your move speed in a dungeon. So it's not nothing. It's not every 5 feet.
Still pretty slow.
Still pretty slow. Only percentile.
All over 50.
You find nothing. You come to a intersection-ish. Looks very well traveled. It appears that there is a cavern going off both straight ahead and to the right. So, based on the entrance of the cavern north and west.
Just keep it out.
What? Okay,
Should have just kept out your thing.
so straight is west and right is north.
Should just keep out the dwarf one.
Yes. You are going down a slight incline, but not enough that you would expect it's anything other than just standard being underground. You expect that in most cases you will have an incline up within the next 200 feet or so.
Do you have room to swing your sword?
In the intersections, not so much. If you're the only person standing in the breadth of the tunnel, yes.
What kind of swing is it? Like close to the body, downward?
Even close to the body downward, even diagonally, even sideways.
Basically, anyway, as long as I keep the don't do like a big, arms closer to the
You
chest.
definitely can't do it over the head.
Like it's basically more of a body turn with the sword.
Yes.
To keep it within line.
Yep.
Okay. I'm okay with being the front line for it.
You definitely can't do it over the head.
Yeah.
Is the key factor there.
It's basically don't extend your arms further than your body. With it being chest level and the blade's length, that's fine.
How far ahead of the party are you moving? Because they are using light.
How far does the light go?
120 feet dim, 60 foot light.
Far ahead of the party to be out of the light.
We'll take out the light.
In dim light, you can reasonably use your dark vision without too much trouble. In bright light, you lose.
So get the light stoned out once we're sufficiently in to not compromise the entrance.
That's interesting. The underground survival is not marked underground only.
I suppose I could see circumstances where that might be relevant. But that's like, bottom of a ravine. So it's still pretty underground. You guys should figure out reading and text problem.
It's true.
While I'm working with the dwarf.
So I'm gonna try sneaking up ahead,
Unless you're picking
I
up
like
what
pizza.
looking for tracks.
Nice picking up frozen pizza.
do a tracking for this.
I wouldn't mind another one. You see I have one?
I have a low.
Oh, he has one?
I have
you can grab a pizza. I'm not really picky. So just something easy to make.
Frozen pizza or two.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm below. My
So 7 out of 13.
Yep. So I'll try to
You ever make pasta?
Something's odd about these goblin tracks. You can't quite pick it out.
You ever make pasta?
It's just
I use spaghetti.
No, we don't have to do it. Use that.
I have.
It's fine.
No. Okay. 2 frozen pizzas.
it seems like they're walking more on one side of the tunnel than another.
Thank you.
You looked for traps, and you didn't find it. This is the previous dungeon term you looked as well. So you didn't find any traps, and looking back at it, now you're kind of surprised. Like, why would you find traps there? Why are they not using that side of the tunnel? It's not like they don't use it ever. It's they specifically use this side of the tunnel a lot more. It is.
Oh, what's that snare?
You want to take the time to set a snare?
Yep.
Okay. What are you going to use?
Rope. That's interesting. This trap.
You going to borrow some of their spikes? It's not complicated. It's a spike. It's a pit trap.
That snare is.
Set snares and no.
That's what it's for. Does that actually minus? I know
So-
sometimes they.
So it is one less than your dex.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm 5 out of 15.
Okay. You set up a pretty well disguised trap. What are you going for? Just,
Just
and which direction?
along the path side that they use the most. I mean,
Yep.
across the path.
And are you going for damaging, making noise,
Damaging.
damaging, inward or outward? Are you getting people coming in or getting people going out?
I want to go across the path.
Either way. Yeah. Okay.
Pizza preference?
No mushroom, no pepperoni.
So everything in a sausage.
Well, I'll get a sausage as well. I didn't think about things like that. Unless you want an everything.
Robin, Himalayan, and everything. And if people really need more sausage, I got more sausage upstairs.
Mostly because after you said no mushroom, you're like, oh yeah, I don't like mushrooms. I forgot people even do that.
The Sicilians like the friends and stuff. Chili doesn't talk about them.
Yeah.
Lots of maybe.
Well, there's a thing that there's deluxe.
Yeah, one comes with it. One has pepperoni and no mushroom, and one has mushrooms and no pepperoni.
So, I do.
And then you get my brother's favorite, which is sausage, pepperoni, and mushroom.
See, I'd be fine with that without the mushroom. I like pepperoni.
It's
Everything's good. I do.
it's just kind of similar to the same situation I had with the guy I worked with at Subway. He would get a sandwich that's like veggies and maybe some meat, and I would get a sandwich that's bread and cheese and cheese and cheese and some meat, and he would go, that would kill me, because he's lactose intolerant.
Oh my god. It does sound really good though.
It's glorious, or at least it was. But only when I get.
Yeah.
I don't trust other people. My other sandwiches.
Triple cheese and some meat sandwich.
I made good steaks here. I should make those sometime here.
All right.
Second Saturday in October. We'll do it second Saturday. Not first Saturday. First Saturday back. Do Friday. Do Friday night. Do Friday night kid.
Okay, so
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
So,
Oh, Friday night's bad for food driver. It's good for food driver. Bad for movie time.
doesn't mean I can't do it. It's just I specifically can't do it when I'm busy with other things in the same way, because I can't make up the time.
Okay.
Anyways, so he spends a little time setting up a trap.
Nice.
It's better than theirs, despite taking about 10 minutes.
we should go with the way that's more complicated. The one that seems more trap up.
More so it's one side of it.
Oh, big. Okay.
Which is why I said it's trap
Your
across.
password,
Most.
thing popping up and asking me for a password pinned to Microsoft Edge to
So
Microsoft.
it's more of a concept going from this way to this way. As opposed to they mostly just use this term.
Yeah, they seem to typically use one side of the puppet, which is bizarre.
To go forward and back.
Yep.
Okay. It's just
Despite the fact that there are no traps on the inside. And they do still use the other side, just not. So, next section of traps is the intersection.
Yes.
And are you going straight or to the right?
So are we going west or north?
I think or deeper into the mountain and
How much directions which?
I mean, we came
so
in
far the
east.
tunnel's been pretty straight.
Been straight. So I don't know. I'd say let's check north.
In fact, you would expect that at some point this might have been planned to be a mine.
Okay.
It's a little too straight.
Definitely want to check for traps in this session.
If we're going whatever direction you go, because you're ahead of us.
Yep. No.
I did not. Okay.
What did you get?
91 or 50%.
Okay.
Didn't find anything.
Any traps specifically going this direction? So that is 3 below.
Okay. Seems like there are tracks going both directions. It looks like west gets used more back in recent.
I can feel the goblins that are out already. Good.
Could be.
Which one gets used the least? Because that's a forward, right?
That was to the right. Straight on gets used less.
Oh, so the west route is used less. The north route is used more.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Those probably people.
We came in from the south.
it came in from the east, facing west.
Well, again, it's least, that's right.
Yes.
Yes. From the east.
So far,
going
you
west.
have come in from the east, following a tunnel moving west. You have found a tunnel moving north that split off from the tunnel that's moving mostly west.
So it's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a T.
Not quite. More like a Y.
Okay, it's a lot. Three out of four.
So we can either go west.
I say the less travelers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue straight.
Yeah.
Ish. Westward.
What's your marching order?
Me in front of this party.
Wizard should be in the back.
No.
Yeah, you should be in the back.
In the back. I'll put my back to the back.
Okay. That means you and the wizard.
Oh, the two middle? Oh,
Yeah. This is gonna
you and the
be
wizard.
save versus poison.
Oh, cool.
Because it totally wasn't a trap.
Oh,
It's only an intersection that you didn't successfully search.
So let me
You want to roll high.
well, high. High on
High,
saves, low on checks.
Is this on
Yes, one high on save.
so
Like my sheet says.
my thing says 13
Same.
under paralyzation, poison, and death. So I roll.
You want to roll higher than a 13 or higher.
Yep.
19.
Aha!
Oh, I'm done. I have bonuses.
So you were walking through the intersection, heading towards the western tunnel, and as you reached the western tunnel, a part of the wall that seemed like it was a little crumbly finishes breaking off, and a fine powder gets blown into the space that you and the wizard are currently occupying.
Oh God, no.
And after a long round of coughing and wheezing that is a little too burny for your tastes, you get some water, you get it out of you, and that was extremely unpleasant.
And I
What?
immediately look over to the fire weaver.
He's actually doing a little better than you.
Wow. You rolled really high.
I did. Good bonuses. Mage stuff.
He's got magic.
Okay.
Wizard stuff, at least. Arcane. Wait, where's he a cleric?
He's a wizard. The fire weaver is a wizard. The storm witches are your
Clerics?
clan cleric.
Or priests, I should say.
Priest.
Um,
They're typically clerics.
right. But I'm trying to remember things at their base level. Priest has been, other than here and maybe first edition, I've never seen priest in.
So magic user and priest.
That was first. AD first.
Okay. And then it would change magic user to wizard.
Wizard and sorcerer.
And sorcerer?
Because magic user is the catch-all, which in the base book doesn't have anything other than wizard, but it's still magic user, technically.
Okay. So we're coughing.
Yeah, you're coughing. It's extremely unpleasant, and you get it out of you. It left a burn. There's still a burning sensation in your throat, but you don't think you got the. You don't think you think you managed to move over first.
If I was okay, I would try to not do what I did last time to activate it again, even though it's probably.
Looks like it's pretty spent.
Not taking the chance.
And that's the interesting thing to you. That's a lot better than the pit trap. A lot better. And it's specifically aimed at medium-sized creatures.
Oh, good.
Is that 10 foot pole?
Keep drinking on.
It doesn't always get everything. Depends on the trigger.
Yep.
So,
Forward?
yep.
Westward.
With better traps. Wait, no, it's the intersections.
That was in the intersection.
Westward.
Continuing searching for traps.
Yeah. $86 or $50.
You find nothing. This tunnel is worked and a little cleaner than you would expect. And you find nothing, and nothing happens. And you're moving a little farther than you would expect without seeing any major change in a tunnel. It's a lot.
No goblins.
Yeah.
No problems.
Oh, God.
Keep going.
Sure.
They take on and listen.
Yeah.
So you hear me skittling, scuttling.
Killing.
74 or 20%.
Okay. Don't hear anything you think. Continue on your way. You come to another intersection. This one you immediately notice is worked.
I don't know what your traps.
It's been widened and cleaned, and it's not paved or anything along those lines, but it's definitely people have been at this area with shovels and pickaxes.
How far have we traveled?
It's hard to tell on the ground. Ask the dwarf. Probably figure out about say a quarter of a mile.
Do goblin nests usually go this deep?
That's my navigation check.
Typically, no.
What's the this is another intersection? Four-way?
Hmm?
Is this a four-way?
This is a four-way. cleanly made. So cardinal directions.
Amazing.
Scratch it.
So you're looking for.
I was looking at the dwarven detection stuff.
So you're checking for traps.
Yep. 8450.
You think this spot here they were actually working on? It seems like slow going.
The eyes were that the detection has another way to find traps in the next before
Yeah. They haven't been made of stone thus far.
Yeah.
It's mostly just pitfalls is in there too. Then it's probably including stone and dirt. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. It's a very clever little distraction there. They make you think there's a trap over here, and there's actually there. But, yeah. Huh. Traps are getting more sophisticated the farther west you go.
Still trapped
That's
here.
what I call those.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Not that cleanly. Not that precisely made.
Trapped here.
Just someone a little more clever than goblins, or some particularly clever goblins.
Seem to get smarter and smarter traps, rather than into this less used tunnel. Might be the reason they don't use the tunnel.
Maybe. See what's here.
Yeah, if you keep going forward.
I mean, why are the goblins coming here? Why are they in here?
Are they still here?
Go for it.
1 out of 13.
This has been used within the last day, including by things larger than goblins.
Are goblins?
There are goblins. In fact, you think you noticed what you were seeing before, now that there are less goblin tracks? You think there are goblins that are specifically walking on one side of the path to cover up larger tracks.
There's something big down here.
And clever.
Like big, like large.
Large.
Good. We oust that. Maybe the goblins will go too.
Yeah.
It would explain why a bunch of goblins are in this mountain in the middle of nowhere. Without bursting out from underneath.
I know it's hard to make a plan without knowing what it is, but how would you want to go about initiating this combat?
You're great against big things.
My sword is, at least.
Yeah.
It doesn't really help if I throw it across the map.
Maybe. If you and I can get up on him, I'll be in front, you'll be in back. We'll try and position ourselves that way. And where you're hitting his rear, I'm in front with the shield, trying to position ourselves that way.
Well, if we can get around it. Not sure what the terrain looks like.
What's up?
Do they have knowledge in second edition?
They're related to non-emergencies. So it depends. Underground survival would give you quite a list of things, as well as some other similar skills. But for the most part, it's intelligence check based on level or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's trying to not recognize one, but take the knowledge that the player has to the character. That's what there is and how goblins tend
How much lines up with what you know?
Go ahead and roll me a intelligence check.
Check to see what kind of trap it is.
Matched.
Matched. You could rattle off the names of the larger goblinoids or things that speak typically speak Goblin, but identifying which one's which, unless you see it, would be difficult. So yeah, hobgoblins, bugbears, occasionally a disturbingly smart troll.
I want to say that one.
Maybe an ogre,
I didn't want to say that one.
though hobgoblins aren't usually large.
No, they're larger side of the medium usually.
Of that list, the ones that would typically qualify as large creatures is trolls, ogres, and bugbears.
So, Mr.
Yeah.
Firebender, I assume if we see something bigger, you're gonna try to cast a spell. Who wants to create some distance for you?
I will typically choose multiple targets to cast spells.
Well, either way, we'll try our best to create some space for you.
Under the circumstances in which we see a large number of targets, one of which seems particularly dangerous, I would suggest backing off or hugging a nearby tunnel, because I intend to make it explode.
Up the mountain. Okay.
Not the mountain. It. Can't blow up the mountain yet.
Someday.
God, I hope not.
Beating up fireball.
Nope.
How long does it usually take you to be able to cast that?
If I need to cast a fireball,
Or whatever you're going to do?
if I see something particularly dangerous, especially if I see a troll, I will be casting a fireball if it's not confined quarters. Typically, we're going by rounds a minute, so 30 to 40 seconds.
Okay. So
It's not bad.
most of the castings are a 1-round cast, and then it has a certain speed, like our weapons. Typically a pretty high speed. Obviously, it's large number. So slowly.
It's usually level per segment.
Oh, it's not that bad. Sometimes faster.
Means it's dependent upon how quickly he reacts, and so on and so forth.
I just wanted to know how long to protect before get the fuck out of the way.
So, roughly speaking, that would be between segments 7 and 13 is typically when we'll get off with fireball.
Okay.
With an average roll of 5.5-ish.
So no need to worry. So you guys want to go in here?
Yeah.
I think we should.
You're tracking, you find that goblins tend to go to the left, everything goes to the right, and there are less goblin tracks throughout the tunnel to the straight.
Forward.
So left, right, and straight.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, we're here for goblins.
So left.
Sounds like left.
Okay.
So we're going to be going south. I got a map.
If this tunnel's straight.
Yep. It's just.
It's kind of hard to tell at this point. At the first intersection, it was very easy to tell what directions were.
Yeah.
At this point, it's difficult for you to tell. You don't need to roll
I
to
don't.
know direction on the ground.
Okay, so that was
Dwarf you
Yeah, you already know it.
you know direction and you know gradient.
That's
Without rolling.
You just have to take the time to.
Yeah.
No, dwarves just kind of
Yeah.
well, dwarves know as well as a human who's used to traveling outside would know. At a moment's notice.
Okay.
So, not really that hard. It's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
So, things southish.
Left.
Still checking traps and tracks.
Yep. 49 out of 50. Let's just roll with a 50 sentence. Roll below 50 sentence.
You think you found a couple? They're still well disguised enough to be on the level of the other stuff, but they're not. They're clearly not intended to be as dangerous.
Table part.
Okay. Got some wooden spikes and stuff.
Wooden spikes. Because the pest control doesn't give you the materials to do it. They only set up traps. So
Yeah.
try to get materials.
Yeah, that's right. So you're carrying a bundle of wooden stakes on your back. They're not really like, person sized. They're more like, they weren't really pit traps so much as they were rough, they were places with a very thin layer of dirt and stuff over it where you kind of step in and skewer your foot. They're designed to cripple, not kill.
Bungee sticks.
Seemingly unpleasant. So, but you find a few of those down this tunnel. Seems like they just kind of know where they are.
Yeah. Make sure I was still following the tracks. 17 or 13.
Yeah. They're keeping going on. In fact, you almost actually walked into one of the little foot perforators because they actually cleverly put their tracks over them. Not really sure how. Wait a second. No.
Hold on.
He's also a pretty park forward from us.
No,
Oh, that's cool.
he was saying hold each other up.
Each other up. Yeah.
And I don't see goblins trusting other goblins enough to do that.
That's why you get the rope to do it.
Don't drop me into the spike pit. I said don't do it. Do it. Okay.
Why is there a face print here?
That's a really weird place for that. Anyways. So, you get to the end, and it's starting to become somewhat interesting to you that they have such long tunnels for so few tracks. And you look around and kind of look at some of the places where you think they were preparing traps, and you're like, yeah, you could probably dig off to that side and make a nice little cave. You could dig off to that side and make a nice little cave. Looks like they're prepping for expansion.
We have a Goblin King. That'd be terrifying.
So,
Yada's grandfather. The grandfather of the fifth Yada.
you
Yada, yada.
see it far before they can.
That's in 3-5.
Yes, it looks like the cave's going to start widening up.
Kind of that guy's grandfather.
You don't see anything.
There's no special. Slave labor.
But it looks like the cave also curves a little bit. Which way? You don't see.
Okay.
This is at the edge of his vision.
Oh, okay.
Far beyond yours.
Yes.
We stopped play at 6?
Ish, yeah.
5 now.
Yep.
Can I starts at 7?
I'm willing to take it to extinction.
Okay.
It's just depth gradient. Direction.
Yeah.
Slopes and therefore probably only fail out of one of the six. Well, out of the six out of these six.
So you get depth, but you can't always tell the slope except when you walk far enough.
No, that's what depth is. Slope.
Oh, depth and slope?
Direction is the one that we
Well, under typical situations and unworked stone, I'm probably just gonna. If it's not specifically deceitful, I'm probably just gonna give it to you to save time, because you'll figure it out eventually. It's like, I seem to have been traveling not down for a while, but for some reason it feels like I'm farther down.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can travel down a slope.
Door traps, pits, and pitfalls. Guts on the ground, sliding and shifting walls of rooms, new tunnel, such passage construction, grade or slope. Depth is automatic.
Depth is automatic.
So why do I have to roll depth? Why did it give me a depth table roll? That's weird. That's really weird. So they say it's automatic, and then go on to say determine approximate depth of the ground. 1, 2, 3 out of D6.
Well, so you can notice a change in depth automatically. You know if you're farther underground or higher or closer to the surface.
Versus
But
how far down
An,
you are.
an approximate distance of how far you are underground may take a little time to figure out. That's how I would interpret it. Going into the area where it widens, you have found no traps.
Aren't they? Is that less there?
Just like last time.
And it's starting to curve.
It is starting to widen into a cave, and also the cave seems to curve to the right. How are you entering the space? Are you attempting to do so stealthily?
Yes.
You are? Okay, you should be stealthily.
Yeah, I would just go forward. And then wait.
82, 35.
It may shock you to know that you were not stealthy. It may also shock you to know that the goblin around the corner is not surprised when you come around the corner.
Who are you surprised?
Roll a d10.
So it's higher. Yep, okay, so 7.
You are not surprised. He also gets a bonus against the goblins underground.
No.
So.
I did just straight up bonus to be surprised. Unless
Yeah. You also get a bonus. Or you just get a bonus across the board. Doesn't matter where you are, what you're dealing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to roll a 1 to be surprised.
Huh.
It's a +2, right? +1? Oh, okay. So you have to roll a 1 or 2 instead of a 2 or 1, 2 or 3.
So you're up here. We're still back here though.
Yep. Only one goblin. Initiative.
that I get a bonus to when it's up.
Ah.
That's the wrong day.
Just him?
Wrong day.
Roll me a d10 for your group.
So group initiative.
We got a 5 for us.
You are not surprised, but you didn't expect it.
9.
So go ahead and roll me
Then you're
initiative.
assuming that he's right there when we turn the corner.
You go first.
Huh? I'll be first.
Yeah, you go first. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 7.
I'm betting an armor class of 3 hits.
Yep.
So your introduction to this situation is he goes, ah! And then there's a spear in him.
Oh. Cool.
4 points of damage.
Ooh. That's a bit.
Yep.
How long have you been traveling?
A little under an hour.
strength spell only lasts 1 hour.
No, that's several hours.
5 hours.
Yeah, just under an hour.
So good for a while.
Oh yeah. That's why he cast it when he did. So, 7.
7. Axe to the head. Not cold shot.
So
He doesn't have armor on his head.
we're at 5.
No, not group initiative.
Oh, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking that first.
Must be a good reason to do D8s. Or 3 out of 10. There's no. I suppose D20 you could do.
Go into the D20. But keep it at 2
Double all modifiers.
Surprise is a 10 initiative.
I'll just have to be more specific. So you,
Yes.
especially since I only ask one person.
Oh, okay. I do have
Typically,
I do have expertise.
you may only ask one person per initiative.
So that it's the expertise that gives you the +2 when you're within point blank?
Yes.
Okay. So, but it was
No, it's point blank. It's point blank range that gives you the +2. It's expertise that allows you to use point blank range.
which weapons, hand weapons too?
Hmm?
No, it's the same thing with hand weapons, but you always melee.
Well, it only gives a bonus for melee, but it's not point blank range if it's a melee weapon. There is no point blank for melee.
It just gives a bonus.
Expertise for melee weapon gives you the 3 for 2.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay.
It steps up your attack.
So I'm going to drop my attack now, so my attack goes still 18. I rolled it's a +1. So 10, so 8.
AC 8 will miss it. Alright. Nobody gets second shots this round. Now everybody roll initiative.
I'm behind Fire Weaver,
Yep.
so I'm gonna hold rear guard.
Okay.
I'm defending at 10.
7. Max.
I will not have enough room to work with a two-handed weapon.
He's in the cavernous space, not the top.
And we're 4 ways behind. So I'm here defending.
You're at least 60 feet behind him.
So we can see what's going on for when we have a rear guard. I don't know if I should just go forward and try to help with the goblin,
Go engage.
and maybe try to hold somewhere in the middle of the tunnel ahead of us.
There's no particular reason not to go to the end of the tunnel. There's no other offshoots or anything like that. It's a straight tunnel.
Alright, then I'll go to the end of the tunnel. We've got someone protecting the wizard. I'm at 10. At 9.
Okay. The wizard also goes at 9, and he already had it go out, so he knocks and draws and points towards the cavernous space, but doesn't actually shoot.
Okay.
So that'll all happen on 9. Where are you at?
Me?
Yep.
I am at 7.
Okay. You go before I do.
Hit. 6 damage.
6 damage. Ow.
Is that your second?
Does a surprise round count for that?
Yep. Any round in which you attack,
Okay.
and then don't move the next round, so you can get multiple attacks. Counts.
So cool.
Second.
Oh, which means I'll get a second. came up on us.
Yeah, this round.
I have soundly missed you, sir. On 10.
I'm guarding.
So second shot, second swings, you arrive at the entrance to the tunnel. In the dim light, or do you have your stone?
Yeah, I'll have my stuff.
Okay. In the light, you clearly see that there is only one goblin in the cavern.
Yeah, does that impede me using my sword?
No. The cavern is space. You have plenty of room to swing.
No, I mean
There's
holding the stone.
Oh, yes, it would. You would have to drop it before you start swinging. But other than that, being at the ready, no, it doesn't prevent you. But you can't hold it and swing it.
Okay. I just was
So
wondering.
second shots.
Hit, I believe.
What's your-
That's just it. I is 6.
AC 6, you miss.
I missed up. 5. Sorry.
AC 5, you hit.
Plus 1 because he's up. So.
Yep.
For 7 damage.
He staggers. And then he attacks back for an AC of 6.
Okay, it's higher than mine, so that doesn't. So I went to lower. So
And I have just barely missed you then.
yes, because I'm 5. That's okay. I still have it behind me.
He did not get behind you. He is in front of you. He has taken your second attack, and he has attacked twice as well.
Wow, that's special.
All right. That has been this round. Initiative.
Okay. I'm going to maintain my defensive position.
Okay.
At 8.
Drop and swing at this goblin at 10.
6.
Total?
Yeah.
Including up to you? Good. You will go before me.
5. Same roll last time, so I was 5.
AC 5 hits.
So 5.
5 points of damage. He doesn't look happy. He's still up though.
Wow.
There's
I'm going to get an D10. Actual damage. It's basically what I'm using for initiative.
That many?
I'll get a 10th place percentile.
And he
Yeah, I
has
feel pretty
soundly
damage.
missed you.
Yeah, I do 60 damage.
All right.
10.
Yeah.
Last of the first swings.
At 10?
At 10.
Oh, crit.
Oh. Swing again.
12.
14.
And with that bow of 16 is a 2 AC.
A 12 out of black of 16 is a 4.
Yeah, but I have a to hit adjustment.
That's calculated. That's calculated in.
Oh,
Should
oh
be.
that's attack roll. Yeah, okay.
So we hit AC 4.
AC 4.
Sweet. You have hit AC 4.
Yep.
Which means you have hit him twice effectively.
Okay.
Which means he's taking at least 12 points of damage.
I rolled a 6 on the first.
Okay. You know that shoulder to hip?
And a 9 on the second.
You know that shoulder to hip? Yeah, you did that this time.
Yay.
Which completely ruined his chainmail.
Oh,
It's Goblin Mail.
it's goblin chain.
It's sure.
Nope. It is not busted.
I built a
It's
scrap it.
also in half.
Yeah, he's in the border down.
It's scrap chain at the moment. But no, it is well maintained mail.
Oh, you get a thumbs up.
In fact, it's a very good spear too. If you didn't know better, you think these guys might have robbed some kobolds. Because goblin network isn't this good.
So nothing else in this cave?
So in this cave, as you take a look around and you're not worried about goblins fighting, you realize there is a fair number of, not so much beds, but bedding, clearly separated bedding throughout the cave. This seems to be mostly a sleeping area. It does have a couple, you'd call them, you're sure they were used as tables, but really it's just sort of a raised surface. It's slightly larger than a stool. So,
Gather everything up and set it on fire.
why?
We're in a cave.
And we leave the cave. And then the goblins are dealt with.
Weirdly, it doesn't smell as bad as you'd expect. Not so much that the goblins were cleaned in any particular manner, but that the space around the goblins seems to have been cleaned on a regular basis.
It's not like spotless.
No,
Okay.
no, it's just not goblin level dirty.
Field one, that's your
Tablewood?
Yeah.
So, if you weren't sure before, you're absolutely certain now someone is in control of these goblins.
Yeah.
Someone who does not like disorder on the level of goblin.
Mm.
Which is just about everything, granted.
But one that would be able to
That's
implement that
organizing.
Yeah. That means it's probably not a troll.
Good.
It is!
What other things might it be? I don't know very well.
I mean, we're looking at maybe a bugbear.
Bugbear is most likely, unless just something like to happen to have control of them.
Rod of control goblin.
Charisma.
Carry
More
more
strength than goblin. More body mass than 3 goblins. There's not much you need to command goblins. It's be big, scary, and bigger and scarier than whatever you send them against. Thus, you can control goblin.
Be big and scary towards this thing. And then kill it.
We got a goblin problem. Be goblin-like and speak goblin language is also somewhat of a requirement.
Be able to put up with goblin antics.
Be able to put up with goblin. There's a wide variety of things that you need. But once you qualify those, it's just be bigger and stronger than goblin.
Well,
We got bedding and a living quarter with one goblin.
Yep.
I was expecting a
Seems to be about 9 or 10 beds. Those two are kind of close together, so you're not sure if that's just one big bed or 2 beds.
Well, no other goblins here.
Yeah, just check around and see what information they have. That guy's a good check out. There's something else in here.
Here to take care of goblins.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I kind of just charged up and swung. Yep, with the ends on it.
So, you do some poking around?
Yeah. Yeah, here.
Don't find anything in the bedding, but you find something on the goblin you didn't expect. A ring.
Interesting.
A nice ring. It's clean too.
All over that place.
Kind of see the Fire Reaver kind of take a glance at it and go, "Ah." That might be magical.
I'll take care of it.
Could be. Didn't look like it was squeezing his finger off.
Want me to test it?
I mean, we'd have to hit you. We could go through the testing process. I don't have a bridge at the moment, so we can't test whether it's feather falling or water breathing.
There's a pit trap back
There's pit trap. Pit trap. That only tests one of the two, though.
there. Take no, it is a hit.
Well, I mean, that one we can just do now. You want to put on the ring? We can test it out. It resizes to fit his finger.
Take it off.
Well, no, we got to activate it first. Otherwise, we can't tell. So, hold still. He takes a stick and smacks you.
What's the 2 hit on someone trying to be hit?
You can voluntarily be hit.
Okay.
Try to take it off.
Did I get hurt?
Hmm?
Did I get hurt?
Nothing, no real damage.
Well, did it feel like I got smacked?
Yeah, you got smacked. It might leave a bruise, but it's no real damage. It's not a curse ring of protection.
Let's try something else.
Well, we don't have many other options at the moment. We don't know a command word.
You see better.
Oh yeah, turn off the lights. Nope.
I wouldn't try to down and have one of those.
No, that'd be pretty weird. Though it would be very funny because the cursed version is sensitivity to light. We'll have to find a bridge for you to jump off of.
How far?
Oh, into water.
How far?
Doesn't matter. I mean, it only needs to go about like 15 feet.
Okay. That's not so bad. When you go high enough, water hurts.
You wouldn't know that.
I've been falling into lakes before.
Not from high enough. It's not even a guarantee that you can swim. Did you take that proficiency?
No.
Then you can't.
It's not in real life. It's not in D&D.
Yeah, no, it's swimming isn't a leisurely activity in the northern plains.
Is there a sheet right there?
That shit's cold.
That's fair.
Just keep going. It's empty.
The dad was there. Where's the cleric?
No, he said he had one, man.
Oh no, that's
No,
gonna
that's
be
that's
for
for the battle system.
Oh,
This is for training.
never mind.
Yeah.
I know that. Tiny one.
I can just keep this on.
An original box set
Activate
and
notice
I got
second
books that
rules.
will be.
to take it off when we know what it
There's
does.
some books that are on the shelf. The old ones are all mine.
I mean, we could try to set you on fire.
I can
Tell
have
us
a
one
first
option.
edition monster manual.
You wouldn't set all of me on fire.
No, just your hand. It'd hurt.
I need both of them.
Just a pinky.
Okay, your ass.
That's something, right?
He's thinking about it.
I can get away with that.
Roll me a wisdom check.
Depending on how bad it is. Hey. What's your roll? So far under.
Nice. He looks a little too hopeful.
8 out of 6.
As I recall, you're a female with a not atrocious charisma.
It's a 9.
It's not atrocious.
No.
It's below average, but barely.
So charisma determines how nice our ass is.
No. It's just if you have a really atrocious charisma, you're probably ugly and an asshole. If you have a really good charisma, you're probably very pretty and not one.
18. Paladin.
more pretty than
He
I'm
might be
pretty
a
boy.
20 in pretty and a 16 in talk.
I think you're mostly pretty.
But yeah, so you have successfully determined it is not a cursed ring of protection.
Okay. Let's go try to find whatever else there is.
Goblins.
I'll just wear this until it activates,
Okay.
and then if it activates and I can take it off, I'll put it back.
Oh, that's a fun way to find magic.
Wait, say goblin.
Goblin.
When you don't have an identify spell, just go through the experimentation process. Put on
Let's
the
see
ring.
what this does.
Did you try jumping yet?
How far do I have to jump?
That requires command. Ring and jump.
Command words are optional.
Okay, that typically requires awareness or command. Typically.
Command words are.
A
Most
lot of
people
things
make
are
command
optional.
words.
Things like spell components. That was optional.
Whether or not your sword glows.
Saying I wish.
It's
You're more restricted.
asking for war elephants. That was optional.
Oh, that one
Or the random town that caught that one? Because the guy didn't realize it kind of.
No. He asked me at the beginning of this game, "Can I have a war elephant?" And I said yes. So the first game was them fighting a war elephant.
A goblin shaman enlarged him
Yeah, it was great.
and killed its guard.
Yeah.
We didn't get the ivory.
Oh, hide.
I think we got the ivory.
No, you got the ivory.
You
You
got
didn't
the
get the ivory.
Oh, it was
The other way around.
Yeah, you got the ivory, you got some meat. No hide.
Eh,
depending on who
That's a
you're
lot
Dep-
of
that-
hide.
it depends on who you're selling it to. That's the big thing.
And for us,
City
we
guard.
probably have had better use of hide for our.
Typically, the horse nomads would value hide far more than ivory.
Steel cool lance.
Can we say that we dropped off the ivory in that house?
It's in your tent. Yeah. You're not carrying around 2 elephant tusks.
What if you made sled out of?
You never made the sled.
You can stack something.
They're pretty big though.
Two-handed weapon.
I
Yeah.
am styled and proficient, just specialized.
I'll
with
point to
two-handed
each side of
weapons.
your horse and then charge.
The horse would not like that.
That'd be a lot of weight on the horse.
Yeah, no. It's specifically when it hits.
Yeah.
That's all in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, how are we gonna find this big boy?
You gotta keep looking.
More
You go
tracks?
back down the tunnel.
The other way. So this was a dead end.
Yep.
Okay.
So the right tunnel seemed like it had less goblin, but more.
The tunnel to the right when you were first coming up to the intersection.
You went
Then it's still trapped. So careful. Which is now straight.
Yeah, from our position.
What
we're-
was
Yes.
right is now straight because we went left.
Yes. So what is currently straight was both sizes of tracks frequently, with more goblins than both sizes of tracks that are currently to the left, which was straight before, but less goblin tracks.
Go left. Or go straight. Or back the way we came and then left. And then north. The original north.
Straight. You have the harness that worked. With the weight on the shoulders. Where it's supposed to be.
Standard two-handed.
Yep.
AD&D.
So we're gonna go the northern
Problem
direction.
isn't the weight of the tusks, it's the weight of hitting them.
No, that's what I'm saying. The way it's set, it'll brace against the chest where the warp is done. It used to pull it. Very much based on a plow.
And then the tusk goes like this up towards their face.
No, it's on the sides. You just have two long pieces that go back, then slot in, and you have a strap that goes across the top to keep it
Are you
level,
making a war chariot?
but it can go. It has compression to move.
At least I'm more rival.
A war horse? A war horse with tusks.
War barding. With war.
We're gonna go straight, which was right and north. And that intersection is still trapped, so we're gonna be careful there. Same order.
Okay. So, you move through the intersection.
Yep. Follow Earth lead.
Oh, hi, Rob.
Hey, what's up?
I just want to say, look at the TV.
Hey boy.
That's my ball.
Yeah, Pablo.
Don't let go. Never let go. It is yours forever. Can't take it away. The only interesting thing is ball.
All is all.
Yeah, Bob.
You notice you closed the door for a moment.
Yeah, as you were speaking about.
Yeah.
We were still recording.
Oh, yeah.
He's still recording.
So, roll me a d10.
Right.
0. Oh no, 2.
You roll a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
And we're gonna end right there.
Okay.
Did you roll bad, Zia?
Yep. I roll really the only number I can to get the profit.
At the intersection, past the intersection,
1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
At the intersection.
at the intersection. 3.
It's okay. My fine tax is 50% right now. Of the 5 times I did expect, only once was below 50%.
Yeah, you've been
No,
so
only
bad.
once where there were traps.
Yeah, no, the only reason I asked
You
is
rolled
because
5
it's
times, you
because-
succeeded 3 times.
Uh-huh.
There was only traps once.
Okay, okay.
But that's when you start running, right?
It just so happens that 2 of the times where you did not roll 50%, there were traps.